evening. Crowd is coming back in as we take a look at the BCS standings this week, brought to you by Vizio. LSU on top after a dominating performance against Auburn today. Alabama and Tennessee are playing right now on ESPN. Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. Of course, a lot of people aiming for the end of the season of the Bedlam game between those two teams. Oklahoma State a winner today, and Oklahoma still has this duty upcoming tonight against Texas Tech. Brad Nessler, Tom Blackledge. You took an energy drink. You took it about 2 hours too early. We got all kinds of weather problems. You talk about rebooting, Todd. I mean, everything these teams do during the course of the week is specifically scheduled.
Right.
And it all is supposed to peak basically about 10 minutes after 7 local time tonight. How do they get back in gear here?
Well, you know, the good thing is that both teams have to do it.
Right.
So nobody has an advantage. So you go in the locker room, you kind of relax. Then you got to come back out and get stretched again, kind of get your mind right onto the game, and then just come out and play. And really, again, both teams have to go through the exact same thing. You've got two quarterbacks that are playing at a very high level this season, and Seth Doege of Texas Tech and Landry Jones of Oklahoma. So it's really up to them, I think, to get their teams focused and get them back on the field ready to go.
You see the numbers and the completions for Seth Doege. His only real bad game was last week when he had 3 interceptions. Landry Jones really hasn't had a bad game so far as Oklahoma's off to a 6-0 start.
Well, and the thing I really love about Landry Jones when I watch him on tape, he's very accurate. He can fit the ball in tight windows. He's a quick decision maker. He doesn't hold on to the ball very long. That's why he's only been sacked 2 times all year. And even though he's not a great runner, he has very athletic, quick feet. So he moves well in the pocket, buys himself some extra time, opens up throwing lanes, and he's just having a phenomenal season.
Holly's been doing reports for us and other networks throughout this weather delay, and she's probably back out there where I don't think it's raining so hard anymore, Holly.
It is a beautiful night. There is no rain, guys. The field is in good condition. It is drained very rapidly, and although it came down pretty hard, things look good out here right now. Both teams were in the locker room. They actually did some dynamic stretching. I saw some of the Oklahoma guys running through the halls, and even Texas Tech got peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, so they're doing okay. Tech has been through this before this year. They had a weather delay against New Mexico. But, guys, something of importance for Oklahoma's offense. Dominique Whaley is suffering from flu-like symptoms. When he came out and warmed up earlier tonight, he just didn't look like himself. He did warm up again right now, but, guys, his body language is drooping. I talked to Bob Stoops before the game and said, if he's unable to play, where do you go? And he said that Roy Finch, number 22, will start in his place. He's a very different type of runner. He's small, 5'6", 106.
Oof. Lost Holly. So some changes due to injuries tonight for the Sooners as the captain's finally out there at midfield for the coin toss. And Oklahoma won the toss, and they will defer, so they'll be kicking off, and Texas Tech will have the first opportunity offensively as Landry Jones continuing to warm up. Oklahoma 39 consecutive home game victories, longest active streak in FBS and one of the longest ever, top 5 anyway, all time.
Well, not only have they won all those games consecutively, they've done it in impressive fashion. They've outscored their opponents by an average of 45 to 15 in those 39 consecutive victories. So not only did they win here, they win big.
Bob Stoops, in his 13th season, 135 career victories. And they have owned Texas Tech in Norman, 8-1. And a 7-game winning streak over Texas Tech here at Owen Field. Tommy Tuberville in his 2nd season, they got off to a quick 4-0 start. They've had devastating back-to-back losses to Texas A&M and to Kansas State in games that Tommy told us yesterday they should have won. He thought they were going to win. Had some costly mistakes, turnovers, and special team snafus is what blew them away last week when they had a good opportunity to beat Kansas State. So the fans have been outside, they've been undercover, they're back out, they're wet, but they're ready for football now. Patrick O'Hara will tee it up. And no, not everybody's back in the stands. Eventually we'll have about 85,000 here at Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. We're finally underway. And the kick's going to go to the 5. To McRoy. This guy's got great speed. And the little guy's across the 40 all the way to the 46-yard line. What a way to start it for the Red Raiders. A 41-yard kickoff return.
Well, great field position right away for this Texas Tech offense. It's an offense that really has not been stopped this year. And you mentioned the bad game last week. It was really just a small portion of the game for Seth Dagey. 3 turnovers in a span of 5 plays last week in the 4th quarter. And other than that, this guy has played brilliantly, and this offense has moved on everybody.
They've got a great spot to start at their own 46-yard line. Aaron Crawford with Dagey in the Texas Tech backfield. First offensive snap of the ball game. Dagey stands flat-footed and fires out complete to midfield into the 48 to Eric Ward. And a pick up a 6 on the first snap of the ball game.
Well, one thing you will not see is a huddle. I mean, both of these teams play no huddle, and they play very fast. Both try to get as many plays in the game as they can.
They get a ton of it. They'll keep it on the ground here, and they're going to get a first down. Aaron Crawford. They lost their top back. Texas Tech, Eric Stevens out with a knee injury, so Crawford, DeAndre Washington, those guys are going to have to fill the holes from Tommy Tuberville.
Stevens was really a great player. A make-you-miss kind of guy, and a guy who could run with power. As you see the center, Justin Cowan, coming out of the game here. The good news, under his own power.
Bad news is that's a guy you don't want to lose as your center.
Well, you know, not only is he a guy that's a starter and a senior, but your center is also typically your signal caller up there in terms of protection. Very important from a communication standpoint as well as physical play.
Bo Carpenter has come in there, and Darlington, the guard, has moved over to play center. So immediately some injury problems on the front line for Texas Tech. First down, Dagey sets. He's going to air it out long. And his receiver got tangled up over on the corner with Demontre Hurst. And it's incomplete. Intended for Darren Moore.
You know, this offense, again, they have moved the ball well all season. The last 2 games, the problem has been not taking care of the football. Those first 4 games, plus 8, one of the best in the country in the turnover ratio department. Last 2 games, -4. That gets you beat most of the time.
Dagey on 2nd and 10, going to throw a little slip screen to the outside, and on the run and on the move, and maybe to the end zone. Alex Torres, touchdown, Texas Tech. Just like that, the offense of the Red Raiders strikes, and a 44-yard touchdown pass.
You know, Oklahoma, they read this play. The defensive line read the perimeter screen. It's a big part of this Tech offense, but they just didn't make the tackle. And again, you know, you're in the locker room, you're waiting this long to play, and right away a big play by the Texas Tech offense.
Dagey's 19th touchdown pass of the year. It didn't take long, 1 minute and 8 seconds for the high-powered offense of the Red Raiders to get on the board here in Norman. Donnie Corona in for the point after. And the Red Raiders, after the long delay, well, they didn't take any time, did they? No delay in getting to the end zone. 4 plays, 54 yards, in 1 minute and 8 seconds, and a 44-yard touchdown pass.
The perimeter screens are a big part of this Tech offense, and Oklahoma is ready. But watch Corey Nelson, number 7, as he goes out, he just takes a bad angle to Torres. He was unblocked. He was there to make a play, took a bad angle underneath the reception, and Torres was able to take it to the end zone.
Torres came in as the leading receiver yardage-wise of the wideouts of Texas Tech. That's only his 2nd touchdown reception of the year, but it comes in a hurry here in Norman. "54 yards, 68 seconds, 44-yard touchdown." Oklahoma almost never trails, especially at home. 360 minutes, haven't been behind very often. And they're 6-0 start. So Corona's got it teed up to kick it away.
Well, this is the best quarterback that Oklahoma has faced, but no question. Seth Dagey averaging over 360 yards a game passing. The best pass offense that they've seen, and they got tested right away.
Kickoff. It's going to be a short one, all the way up at the 13-yard line to Finch. And Finch gets across, well, right to the 30, maybe to the 31-yard line. As we take a look at the Oklahoma Sooners starting lineup. They've Here's outlooks up front. Stevenson, Shedd, Eichert, Evans, Johnson. Receivers and backs. Whaley in there, but as Holly said, flu-like symptoms. Millard. Broyles, the great wide receiver, as is Kenny Stills and Jazz Reynolds, the other wideout for Landry Jones. So here's the first snap of the game, and it'll be Roy Finch, tailback, and the pistol set behind Landry Jones. And we'll get the call. A little fella squirts through, spins, puts his hand on the dirt, and now he's got a first down and a bunch more. Ryan Broyles is going to try to lead the way with a block. Finch down the sideline, all the way down to the 15-yard line. That's the way you pay Texas Tech back for their quick score. A career-long 54-yard run.
And that's the way you step up as the next man up if you're Roy Finch. I expected him to play more tonight, even if Whaley would have been healthy.
And this time goes down for a loss of a yard, but he got him all the way to the 14.
Yep. Finch was the second leading rusher on this team last year behind DeMarco Murray, but has been off to kind of a slow start. And as much as anything, because Dominic Whaley has been so consistent in games and in practice, Finch just hasn't been able to get many touches yet. But tonight, a great opportunity for him.
Second down and 11 after a loss of 1. Jones fakes a handoff to Finch all day to throw. Zips it to the end zone. Got him. Stills, touchdown. The other star receiver for the Sooners, Kenny Stills, 15-yard touchdown catch.
Well, you mentioned the time that Landry Jones had. There was a long fake. He was able to read the entire route. And as soon as he saw that middle safety go with the crossing route, he knew he had Stills one-on-one right around the end zone.
Michael Honeycutt in for the point after. We expected fireworks. I'm not sure we expected 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes. It's pretty much what we've got. 69-yard march in just 3 plays. First it was Finch, the little guy, spinning his way to a big run to the 14-yard line. And 1 play later, Landry Jones gears it up for his 17th touchdown toss of the year. Kenny Stills has a touchdown in every game he's played. He missed the Tulsa and Missouri games, but he's got his 6th touchdown catch of the year. In just a minute, 69 yards, 3 plays. Todd, we are on pace for 420 points in this game.
Well, I think we can make the assumption now that that layoff of time hurt the defense more than the offense.
Yeah, got that right. Patrick O'Hara will tee it up. Austin Zuzalik and Ben McCroy way down the other end. And McCroy had a nice return of 41-yarder on the opening kickoff. This one will go to the 5-yard line. Zuzalik net head on at the 20, maybe got to the 21. As we take a look at tonight's Southwest Airlines playbook, Todd.
Well, Ryan Broyles has caught more balls than anybody in college football. He's right here. And because of the respect for him, he's going to take 2 defenders with his route. And that's going to leave Kenny Stills out here one-on-one. And that's what Landry Jones is going to see. 2 guys are going to go with Broyles' route. That's going to leave Stills one-on-one. And Landry Jones knows how to find those one-on-one matchups and throw touchdowns.
So the Red Raiders not as good a field position on the second possession. They're on 21-yard line. Nagy with a touchdown pass. Jones with a touchdown pass. Plenty of time for Nagy. Now he's running out of it. And he's going to flare it out complete to Crawford, who got about 3 out of the deal.
Seth Nagy is the son of a football coach, a high school coach. Grew up around the game, going to practices. Standing on the sideline, being a ball boy, watching film with his dad. He really understands this offense.
Keep it on the ground here to Crawford. And fight his way across the 25 to the 26. We'll give him 3. And it's still going to bring up 3rd down and about 5. And Texas Tech without a huddle. They're a great 3rd down team, actually. 53% on the year. Most teams in the country would take that in a minute. 3rd and 5. Nagy goes over the middle, and he completes it for a first down. Spinning his way is Eric Ward out to the 35. Needed 5 and got 9.
Well, so far, the pass protection holding up for Texas Tech.
There's Sestad. Actually moved to Lovett, where they thought it would give Seth a great opportunity to win a state championship as a high school player. We'll tell you that story as we go along. Here's the ball down the sideline, tipped and knocked away by DeMontre Hurst. Actually, Seth Dagey, when he was a sophomore, he tore his ACL. His junior year, he tore his MCL, I beg your pardon. Then his ACL. Then his senior season, the other knee goes. He basically didn't play any high school football, but he always went to Texas Tech camp, so they knew who he was.
Yeah, he committed to Texas Tech before his junior year, and they honored that and stayed with him, and it's paid off for him.
Stands in the pocket, buys himself some time, and then throws this one away.
Now, last week against Kansas State, one of his 3 interceptions came on a play where he tried to throw the ball away, but he didn't throw it far enough. He told us last night that he was going to throw it up in the 8th row. This one didn't quite make it up in the stands, but it was safely to the sideline.
He said somewhere between the 6th and 8th row, that's where I'm delivering the next one.
You learn that as a quarterback. We've all made that mistake, and you learn it only takes once.
On 3rd and 10, Sooners show blitz, and they bring it. The ball's on the ground. Dagey's in trouble. And this one he's got to throw away as well.
Bad snap. Remember, the center left the first possession. There's 2 snaps in this possession where the ball was on the ground, low and around his feet, and that messes up the timing of this passing game. They've got to get the snaps right. A little hard, a little low. This is a timing passing game, and you can't hold it long against this pass rush of Oklahoma.
Ryan Ertzlaven will punt. Down on the other end. Sam Proctor and Ryan Broyles. And Broyles not only a great receiver, but a return man as well. Ertzlaven's punt hangs up there. Fair catch call for, and the diving fair catch, in fact, by Broyles at the 31-yard line. So Landry Jones has already thrown one. He's warming his offense up again. 11:25 first quarter.
Saturday Night Football on ABC, presented by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Nissan, proud partner of the Heisman Trophy. And Northwestern Mutual, the power to predict your own financial future. Learn more at northwesternmutual.com.
Homecoming royalty here in Norman today. This is when it was nice outside earlier on this afternoon. Of course, almost every game's like homecoming. They won 39 in a row. We take a look at the Sony big picture from the day. Oklahoma State defeating Missouri. Everybody thinking about Bedlam already, even though we got another month or so to go. Kansas State remains undefeated. They got a date with Oklahoma next. And in a battle of Tigers, one had more growl than the other. 45-10 LSU. A winner today over Auburn. Home of the 47-game winning streak. 39 straight at home. That was Coach Wilkinson, of course, back in the day. Here at 7-7 early. Second straight start for the Sooners at their own 31-yard line. It didn't take them long to go 69 yards the last time they touched it because of this guy, Finch, who did most of it. And he gets a tough 4 this time. Scott Smith in at the stop. And we got a couple of linemen still going at it after the play. And no flags. They'll just separate them the best they can.
Finch is a much different back than Whaley. He's a smaller guy, more make you miss, as we saw in that first long run. Maybe not the same durability, but he's got a little extra juice in his ability to make people miss out in space.
He's got a little Quentin Griffin in it. About that size. Maybe not quite as heavy as Quentin was, but same stature. Here he is again. He's short of the first down. They'll look up 3rd down and a long yard, maybe 2. Daniel Cobb made the tackle. Oklahoma, 47% team on their 3rd down conversions. Jones gets his lineman set. It's going to be a quick throw to try to get the first down. And was there a flag or a whistle before the play?
He dropped the ball.
Oh, he did drop the ball.
Yeah, threw it quick, and then tried to snap it really quick, and Jazz Reynolds just didn't focus on the football. It was a pretty good throw, and Reynolds just dropped it. Probably thinking about running before he made the catch. Reynolds has really come on. No catches the first 2 games of the year, and then 19 coming into the game tonight. So, but he didn't focus on that one.
Dressway Will punt. Austin Zuzalik is back deep for the Red Raiders. On a 4th down. Left-footed punter. They're going to just get out of the way. This is going to be a great kick. All the way down near the 5-yard line.
You got to feel that kick. He had a chance to catch that ball. Let that thing bounce, and it goes down inside the 5. Now, last week for Seth Dagey, there was a stretch where it just didn't go well for him in 5 plays. First, it was a sack and a fumble. And then the next couple possessions, interceptions. This happened in the 4th quarter. He played brilliantly for the most part. And he threw for a lot of yards in the ball game, but he also threw a pick 6 in the 1st quarter of the game. So he came into that game with 1 interception, and he left it with 4.
He had a career-high 461 yards in the air in that loss last week. Here he is from his own end zone. Near sideline complete. Forward progress should be out near the 14-yard line to Torres, who has the touchdown tonight so far for Texas Tech.
Torres is just he's an excellent receiver. I mean, coming into the ball game, the last 2 games, over 100 yards in receptions. He's not a real speed guy. He's not going to run by too many people. He's got excellent hands and very consistent in his route running.
3 receivers to the right of Dagey. On a 2nd and short, they're going to run it, and they're going to get the first down. Crawford and a lot more. Crawford puts his head down, lost his mouthpiece, but still got it across the 30 to the 32. Pickup of 18 on the ground. That's what they've been doing a little bit better the last couple of weeks, was running the ball.
Well, and this time they just out-leveraged Oklahoma. Now, Alexander's going to go inside, and the corner's going to come too far inside. And really, this mistake is on Gabe Lynn, number 9. He gets pushed too far inside, and he doesn't maintain outside leverage. Lynn starting the game in place of Jamel Fleming.
Back to the air, Dagey swing pass out to Washington, and Washington gets to the 40-yard line before David King can track him down. Another 8-yard pickup.
Well, the good news for Texas Tech is they've gotten out of that bad field position. Now they've kind of flipped the field again, and they're playing with some momentum here.
Some of those throws are like long handoffs. You can see the referee go to Seth Dagey. Hold on, let me get in my spot before you guys snap it. 2nd and 2. And this time they want to get back to the line of scrimmage. Up 3rd down and short. That was Lewis in on the tackle. Adam James, the tight end, is going to slide on the left side on 3rd down and short. Let's see if they try to throw for it. Crawford's back in there at the tailback spot. There's the quick throw on the screen, and they got it for the first down. Eric Ward.
Eric Ward is a strong guy. He's got good strength, and he used it on that play because, again, Oklahoma read that perimeter screen pretty well, and they got to the football, but he was able to go straight ahead for the first down.
As Todd said, good field position. 44-yard line with a first down. Midway point, first quarter, 7-7. Number 7 going deep. They tried this pass 3 times.
But they have to. I mean, they have to keep trying because the one area in this game where they feel like they have a matchup advantage is their receivers against the secondary of Oklahoma. And they've got to try to attack down the field, especially with Fleming out of the game and Gabe Lynn starting at one of the corners. They've got to hit something. They can't just throw them. They've got to hit a few.
It was kind of a weird-looking play, like Darren Moore gave up on the pass a little bit. They try a quick opening draw. Crawford is into the secondary. Crawford all the way down to the 40-yard line. Good, tough run by Aaron Crawford.
Yeah, well, good, tough running and poor tackling by Oklahoma. And credit Crawford for not giving up on the play. Does a nice job getting up in there, follows the block by Lonnie Edwards, the left guard, and then just poor tackling.
Now Dagey going back to the sideline and completes it out to Aaron Fisher as we check in with Holly.
Well, guys, we saw those problems earlier with Texas Tech center on the sidelines. Justin Keon has a torn ACL and MCL, but he's been playing with those most of the season. They just rewrapped his left leg. It looks like he'll be able to reappear at some point in this game, guys.
Thanks. 2nd down at 4. Low snap again.
You know, it's not. It's one thing that it's low, but it's also hard. It looks like
offense, number 86, 5-yard penalty. Second down.
It looks like the snaps now are coming a little bit faster than Seth Dagey was used to with Cowan.
Gallington is the guy that's doing the honors now. You can't really blame him, even though I know he practices snaps there. But he's a guard. He's saying, okay, well, this is something different for me on an every down basis right now. This one's okay. They flip it out. The pass is complete. Ooh, there's the best hit of the night so far.
And again, Corey Nelson is the guy that came inside out and missed the tackle on the touchdown on the perimeter screen. This time he comes inside out and is right there to make the solid tackle.
Here's a big third down early in the ball game. 3rd and 2. Far side, that's a long throw intended for Torres and incomplete. This is a spot on the field where you don't feel like punting. You probably don't have enough kicker. It's 4th down and quarterback staying in there.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about this is you did a great job of flipping the field starting on your own 5. If you don't convert this, you lose that field position change, and you give Oklahoma the football in a good spot.
Well, the fans realize that. They make some noise for the first time tonight.
They moved.
And that's going to be 4th and 12.
Both sides pointing at each other.
Mike DeFee's our referee. Ball start. Texas Tech.
You got to punt the ball now.
Yeah, you do. So far, no motion from the sideline, but that's got to be what's going to happen here.
Special teams the last 2 weeks, 3 blocked field goals in the last 2 ball games. One was returned for a touchdown by Texas A&M. The other 2 in the Kansas State game led to scores for Kansas State. Plus they gave up a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown to the Wildcats. So special teams have really hurt their cause in those 2 close games that they lost, both at home.
Royals back waiting on Ertzlaven's punt. Ertzlaven just trying to pooch it down there somewhere inside the 15. And it's going to roll all the way to the 13-yard line. With 6:51 remaining in the first quarter. Texas Tech and Oklahoma deadlocked in a 7-all tie. Mike Stoops on the sideline, longtime coach here before becoming a head coach at Arizona, and lost his job out there last week or so. Brought his family in here to see brother Bob and get the cousins together over the course of the week. I don't think it'll be too long before he's coaching either a defense or another team somewhere soon. Oklahoma's receivers, there's all the guys that Landry Jones has to throw to. Ryan Broyles right there on your screen has not caught a pass tonight yet. Kenny Stills has one, and that was for a touchdown. Here is Jones. Coming near side, and now he's caught a pass.
Yep. That doesn't take him long. They line him up in a lot of different spots. He's normally a slot receiver. Works the middle of the field exceptionally well.
327th career catch for Broyles. And taking a knee is Stills over there to pick up about a 7-yard gain. Kevin Connor's got an update for us, Kevin.
Hi, Brad. Notre Dame was down 17-10 on the doorstep of tying things up. Dane Christ on for the injured Tommy Reese. But Christ fumbles the center exchange. Jawanza Starling scoops it up, brings it back 80 yards for the touchdown. But the Irish have just pulled to within 7, Brad.
All right, Tim Key was posted here. 7-7, 6-11 remaining first quarter. That is going to be a lateral, I think, and it's going to be dropped for a loss anyway. It doesn't matter. Brennan Clay, nice play. Terrence Bullets shot up there to make the stop.
Yep. Tommy Tuberville said he's played as well as anybody on their defense all season, and read this quickly. Again, these offenses are very similar in the way they play, at the pace that they play. So your defense is used to working against your own guys, and Bullet fought off the block and made a negative yardage play.
It brings up a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 8 for the Sooners from their own 26. Jones steps up in the pocket, fires a slant, Stills had his hands on it, and it was almost picked off. Nice defense by the Red Raiders.
That was really a good stop. They got some pressure. They forced Landry Jones to move a little bit in the pocket, and then he wasn't able to connect on the throw. And even if he completes that, it's going to be short of the first down. So a very nice defensive series. for the Texas Tech defense.
So Way will punt. Austin Zuzalik awaits on the other end. Zuzalik runs up on this and takes it on the fly to 31. And he's got a nice return into Oklahoma territory. Boy, that was nifty. He took that, planted his foot, made a cut, and picked up 21 on the return of a 44-yard kick. Chase heads to NASCAR's biggest wildcard, Talladega. Points leader Carl Edwards is going to try to hold back a surging Kyle Busch. Jimmy Johnson trying to get back in the hunt after what happened to him last week. Chase continues at Talladega tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. It's a tight race. The NASCAR Sprint Cup standings, there's a top 5 for you. 1 o'clock tomorrow on ESPN.
I like how fast you read that promo. You know, both these teams, they play fast. They like to call this hurry-up NASCAR.
I didn't have any choice. I had to hustle.
Read it fast.
Douglas in motion to the top of your screen. Nagy fires that way, completes it to him at the 45-yard line. Only got about a 3-yard gain. Not a lot of wasted motion with Seth Nagy. Just stands back there flat-footed and then zips it.
Zips it out. You know, both these quarterbacks get rid of the football quickly. As you look at Oklahoma's defense, they're an aggressive attacking defense. They like to force turnovers, get after the quarterback. Very aggressive, and they make negative plays because of that.
And there's another low snap. Nagy almost tripped backpedaling and throws this one away, and this one does go all the way almost to the front row of the fans. Alex Torres was the closest guy.
See, the problem with those snaps is it forces Nagy to take his eyes off of the coverage. He has to look to find the football, and then it throws his timing off, it throws his vision off. And again, the third time now in the ballgame, he's had to just throw the football away.
Gallington, the guy that's pulling the trigger now, with Cowan out on an early injury in the first couple of minutes of the game. There's Justin. As Holly said, maybe he'll get a chance to come back in. 3rd down and 7. Blitz is coming. Throws perfect. And the ball, nope, incomplete. Airborne should have had it probably. Nice hit on him to pop the ball out of there.
Javon Harris just timed his hit perfectly. You see the blitz coming. Nagy shows courage staying in there even though Corey Nelson's coming unblocked. And this is a first down if he secures the catch. But Javon Harris is there. Ford not able to make the catch.
So Ertzleben to kick. They had good field position and they wasted it with that drop pass. Oh, this is going to be great coverage. Nice job by the punting team inside the 5. 42-yard kick goes dead down around the 3 or 4-yard line. As we take a look at our Pacific Life game summary. Well, first of all, the game didn't start for an hour and a half because of that. Severe lightning. We had a lot of hail, heavy rain. Fans tried to head for cover. Then Alex Torres in the opening minutes on a slip screen 44-yard touchdown pass. Landry Jones says, anything you can do, I can do just as well. Comes back to Kenny Stills. 7-7. That was a minute later. And that's where we are right now with 4.5 to go first quarter. And Oklahoma buried deep in their own territory. Flags all over the place. I think this one's on Texas Tech. I didn't see any movement on Oklahoma anyway.
Well, pretty savvy move, I think, by Landry Jones. Using a different snap count, trying to get an easy 5.
Offside, Texas Tech. Let's check in with Holly.
Well, guys, keep in mind Texas Tech is without 2 of their defensive starters. Their defensive tackle, Donald Langley, and Blake Dees, their terrific freshman linebacker who've been so active for them. Tonight up front, we see number 96. We see a freshman, number 8, coming in. A lot of rotation on this D-line for Texas Tech.
They're good ones there. They're young pups, as Tommy Tuberville says, but they're gaining experience, that's for sure. And they do a nice job on this play. As Scott Smith, he's the veteran. He came back in the A&M game after being out of time, but he's one of the veterans up there, the senior.
Nice game last week. 5 tackles and a sack against Kansas State.
2nd down and 5. After no gain on that play. Play action, Jones near side with a strike complete. Ryan Broyles, first down.
There's that accuracy and the confidence that he has in Ryan Broyles. I mean, that's a tight window. I mean, there's very little margin for error because the coverage is good. On the out route, if he throws that a little bit behind Broyles, it's intercepted, or at the very least knocked down. But it's a perfect throw to the outside and a first down for the Sooners.
Landry's been around a long time. We opened up the season with Oklahoma, BYU, and Sam Bradford got hurt, and that became his season. Sam came back for a year, went to the NFL, and now here he is with more yards than Sam had. And over 10,000 passing for Landry Jones coming into tonight's game.
Oklahoma trying to establish some running game even without Dominique Whaley, because that's the way to attack this Texas Tech defense. They have struggled in stopping the run, particularly in Big 12 games. Those teams have run the football with success against this young Tech defense.
Out to the 29, second down, a long yard. And Jones under center. Stretch handoff to Finch, hit the backfield, down he goes. Nice penetration by the front wall, and then Daniel Cobb is the guy that cleaned up. Loss of 4. So what looked like an easy first down pickup is going to bring up a third down situation that's not very easy. 3rd and 6. Jones steps up, fires, and complete. First down across the 40. Jazz Reynolds. Picked up 17 yards on that third down play.
They're going fast again right here. After they convert, they like to go super fast.
Jones, the throw the other way to Stills, and that might be another first down. Right to midfield anyway.
When you hear somebody say a quarterback can make all the throws, and talk about the throws he would need to make at the next level, that's one of the throws you gauge. From the far hash, the out route to the opposite sideline, right on the road.
Jones, he's going to throw one away here. Wait for another play. Jazz Reynolds was the closest guy. So just a little over 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. We would have been somewhere in the third quarter if the game had started on time tonight. If you're just joining us, weather delay of over an hour and a half. Heavy lightning and hail, everything going on here in Norman. And it's cleared off and cleared through so far. I don't know if we expect any more, but everybody's a lot drier than they were an hour or so ago. Jones shovel pass to Finch. And Finch breaking tackles and picks up a first down. Shows his toughness there for a guy that's 165 pounds.
You know, now this is goes down as a completion, a pass completion, but it's just like running a draw. It's draw blocking, and you just shovel it forward, and Finch again shows a little toughness, a little strength on his smaller frame.
Boy, he really put the brakes on just to catch that thing, didn't he? Yep. Like the hole, picked up good yardage, has it down to the 38 of the Red Raiders. Now they'll give him a handoff. He spins for a yard. That's about it. Daniel Cobb in on the tackle. Cobb, the guy that makes the call for that Texas Tech defense of Chad Glasgow's. Active linebacker. 10th play of the drive. There's Chad.
Spent the last several years as an assistant with Gary Patterson at TCU before coming this year to be the defensive coordinator for Tommy Tuberville.
Jones with Finch behind him in that pistol, and now Finch will be on the move. Will he go to him? No, it's going to go deep. For the end zone to Stills, and too far and wide. Incomplete. Recovered by Trey Porter.
Still signaling that he wants out, needs a break, which that's a break for Texas Tech. If you take him out on the third down play, that works to the advantage of Texas Tech. Still got to contend with Ryan Broyles, though.
A third down and 9 where Oklahoma has hit 1 of 3. Brandon Clay checks in to the backfield. There's Broyles scanning the field. Jones reloads, comes across the middle to Reynolds. Reynolds has got first down.
You know, I don't know who that defensive end was lined up there. Leon Mackey, I think, but why he didn't just go back and get set up. He had plenty of time to reset and not be offsides. He kind of stopped like he was going to be a penalty for sure, and that just gave Oklahoma a free play to throw the football.
And of course, they declined the penalty, take the 10-yard pickup.
Get back.
Just kind of froze.
You give Landry Jones a free play, he's going to take a shot.
Sooners at the Texas Tech 27 on the drive here. Started at their own 4-yard line, and they've worked it with a Red Raider 27. Finch in there in the slot on the right side, and now he's the guy on the move. Jones, plenty of time. Fires high, but complete. The right play.
Good coverage, though, by Texas Tech. They forced Landry Jones to come off of his intended targets down the field. You know, first down play action like that with that kind of movement, you're trying to get a big play and throw a touchdown. And he had to come to his third receiver as an outlet for a very short game.
With that good coverage, what they didn't get was any pressure. Jones was just standing there. He could have sent out Christmas cards. He had so much time back there to throw the football. Now he's all by himself in an empty backfield. On second down and 8. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Slides the line of scrimmage. Penalty on the play. Mike DeFee's having trouble with his microphone. So we'll just let you know it's holding, and I'm sure you understand all that anyway. First penalty against Oklahoma. Bob Stoops over there on the sideline. Got his team 6-0. Coming off a big win over Kansas. He is 75-2 at home. How about that? That's not bad, is it?
Not bad.
Well, that takes away some good progress by the Oklahoma offense here with a holding call. Backs him up near the 35. Second down, 18, maybe the final play of the quarter. Jones this time getting some pressure. Throws short across the middle, and Reynolds really got popped as he dropped the ball. That play has worked for him several times already tonight.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Tommy Tuberville told us last night, hey, look, we're a better team coming up here to play Oklahoma this year than last year. You know, the work of the schedule, this is 2 years in a row they've had to come to Norman to play. Last year they got beat 45-7. We're never in the game. They're in this football game. They're a better football team, no question.
Whoops. There goes the defensive end again, this time Bush. And the whistle stopped play. So again, Landry Jones said, I'm going to throw it up for Reynolds at the goal line, see what happens.
Well, you got to watch the ball and not listen to the quarterback. You know, Landry Jones, again, he's a third-year guy starting. And he realizes they got young guys, young aggressive guys. They're getting some pressure. So I'm going to change up my snap count. And if I can get a free gift of 5 yards, I'm going to take it. And if I get a free play, I'm going to take a shot down the field.
Daquan Bush was the guy that was offside that time after it was Leon Mackey on the same spot earlier in this drive. So it makes the third down a little bit easier, but still third down at 13 on what should be the last play of the quarter, barring another penalty. 14th play of the Sooner drive. Tie game to keep this drive alive. Crossing pattern, complete to Stills. He spins, but he's not going to get the first down. That will bring the first quarter to a finish. 7-7. Presentation of ESPN ABC College Football presented by Southwest Airlines will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations. ESPN on ABC Saturday Night Football presented by Southwest Airlines, part of Dr. Pepper's Road to the Championship. 7-7. Just about set to start the second quarter. The Todd Blackledge and Holly Rowe. I'm Brad Nessler. Torres, a 44-yard touchdown, just fourth play of the game. Landry Jones a minute later hit Kenny Stills for a score. That's where we are at 7-7. We want to welcome those of you who are watching Alabama and Tennessee on ESPN2. We had an hour-and-a-half rain delay, a weather delay. A lot more than rain going on here earlier. Heavy winds and even hail at times. First play in the fourth quarter. Michael Honeycutt was wide left. A 39-yard field goal attempt. So we stay at 7-7. Honeycutt had really been kicking the ball well. He was 4 for 4 in field goals last week and had only missed one all year.
One of the problems that Texas Tech has had tonight is just with the change at center. They've had some bad snaps, and it's messed up the timing for Seth Dagy. This Texas Tech passing game. They've got to get that squared away if they want to keep moving the way they've been moving.
That snap's clean, and the handoff to DeAndre Washington, who blasts through a hole, and he's all the way to the 38-yard line. Nice run. Quick opener to pick up a 16 for Washington.
Here goes the tempo for Texas Tech. They get a big play. They like to go fast, get to the line of scrimmage. Washington has a little bit more athleticism than Aaron Crawford. Both guys running pretty well tonight so far.
1st and 10, Texas Tech. Try it again. This time he's cartwheeled down by Travis Lewis, one of the captains of that defense of Oklahoma. Travis Lewis, who broke a toe back in the early part of the season. He's playing through a lot of pain with that thing. He came back about 5 weeks earlier than everybody thought he would.
Little wildcat that time. They kept the same personnel on the field, but they ran wildcat with Bradley Marquez. He's a very fast, true freshman out of Odessa, Texas, taking the direct snap, but Oklahoma was right there for the stop.
3rd down and 7. Oklahoma changes up its personnel the best they can with the Red Raiders at the line. Lewis getting his guys in the right spots, or so he hopes. Sooners show a little bit of blitz. They come with a linebacker. The crossing pattern, though, is going to get a 1st down into Oklahoma territories. Cornelius Douglas.
Well, they've had that open now a couple times. Last possession, they had a drop by Eric Ward on the crossing route against pressure. This time, Cornelius Douglas able to hold on to it, and a nice conversion for the Red Raiders.
They're in Sooner territory with a 1st down. This is Crawford who's back in there, and Crawford, the strong run, and maybe 10 more. Very close to it.
Bob Stoops told his team at the end of practice on Thursday, hey, look, we have to stop their run. They try to sneak run on you. They love to throw it. They spread you out. But if they can sneak some runs in on you, that's what they're going to try to do. And they have run very effectively so far in the 1st half.
Crawford last week had a career-high 21 carries. A tough run there that almost got him the 1st down. Now play action over the top. And it's James, Adam James, all the way down inside the 5. Great play fake and a quick snapped-off throw by Dagey to his tight end.
This is a play they like to run towards the end zone, but watch how long the fake is right in here. I mean, he really sells it, and that freezes the linebackers, and then he throws it right past the linebackers to James.
Down to the 5-yard line, 1st and goal, low snap again, but Dagey handles it, and now he's going to throw it away.
That has really hurt them. That's about the 4th time where he's had to throw the football away because the timing of the play is disrupted. You know, and I know this is a tough assignment for Gallington. In the game, he's got to worry about protection. He's got to worry about somebody lined up on his nose. He's in a different spot. But this passing game requires a consistently good snap.
2nd down and goal. Texas Tech. This snap's clean. The handoff. Inside running all the way to the 1 is Crawford. That might even be the 1-foot line, in fact. Where they're going to put it down. I'm going to put it right at the 1. It's 3rd down and goal.
One of the things that I don't love about spread offenses is when you get in this part of the field, inside of the 10, the inability to really power run the football, but that hasn't hurt Texas Tech this year. Red zone opportunities, 33 opportunities, and they've scored 27 touchdowns.
2 tight end set. Crawford behind Dagey. 3rd and goal at the Sooner 1. Again a low snap. Crawford, and he's going to be brought down short of the goal line. Tony Jefferson made the first submarine hit, and Corey Nelson cleaned up.
See, even though you bring a tight end in at the line of scrimmage, you don't have a lead blocking back. The other thing you can do is use the quarterback as a red option when you're down in the goal line in a spread offense. Now they're going to go wildcat because Dagey is going out wide. This is Dagey out here by the official.
Kenny Williams. And wait a minute. Timeout taken by Oklahoma.
Oklahoma took a timeout because the guy lined up to take the snaps, not even on the depth chart. They're trying to figure out who this guy is that's going to take the snap.
So it was Kenny Williams. We'll see if it's going to be Kenny Williams here again in a second. But this is a great opportunity. Texas Tech down there knocking on the door, and they want to at least open that door. And right now they're down at the 1-yard line. Like you said, it's tough sometimes.
It is
power
tough.
run down there,
and especially against a good defense. You know, and last week the same thing in the Kansas State game. They were down by 10. They had a nice drive. They got inside the 5-yard line. They couldn't get a touchdown in, and they had to settle for a field goal. And it might have changed how they played the end of that game if they would have got a touchdown. So here they're in a tough situation.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be interesting because you said last year 45-7. If they go up on the road, they're going to have some confidence. They're going to go, hey, we can play with these guys.
And it'll help their defense, you know, because their defense has been a little bit salty here so far in the first half. And if the offense can get a lead, it'll really give that defense confidence.
The ball is inside the 1-yard line, just shaded inside the 1. As you take a look from up on top from Skycam, it is 4th down on the season. 7 out of 11 on 4th down conversion so far for Texas Tech.
It'll be interesting to see if Texas Tech lines up in the Wildcat again like they were going to. There was a little bit of element of surprise. No, they're not. Now they got Dagey back at quarterback, and I would be aware of a quarterback run here as well.
4th and goal, Red Raiders. Oklahoma blitzes. The ball is bobbled on the snap, and Dagey's going to score on a broken play.
It was bobbled, but I don't think it was a broken play. I think it was a kind of a zone read play. He doesn't run much, but see, that's the extra guy you get if you don't have a fullback. He did bobble the ball, but that was a quarterback run all the way.
It was at least going to be a play fake to Kenny Williams then, but that didn't happen either. So Seth Dagey, his second rushing touchdown of the year, caps a long scoring drive. And boy, what a confidence builder for Texas Tech. 78 yards in 10 plays, about 3.5 minutes, and whoop, 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 I got it. And I'm going to score it. Touchdown, Texas Tech. Seth Hagee looked like he had a hot baked potato in his hand trying to score this touchdown.
Well, the play before, they were going to run Kenny Williams out of the Wildcat. They had a blocking fullback. Oklahoma says, hey, wait a minute, timeout. Let's get set for that. Then they bring Dagey back. Oklahoma's thinking pass. They go quarterback run. That was a nice choice of changing the play there by Neil Brown, the offensive coordinator. Dagey very lucky. I think he was just so nervous he knew he was going to run for a touchdown that he didn't field the snap cleanly. That one was a good snap, but he bobbled it on his own. Now they're working on the snap over there.
Kick will go to the 1-yard line to Trey Franks. Franks got an opening, trying to keep his footing. Got out across the 40. Nice return. Kevin Connor's got an update in the studio for us. Kevin, what do you got?
That ran over on ESPN. It is a 2-touchdown lead again in East Lansing. Michigan State's Kirk Cousins, 15 yards to Keyshawn Martin. Capped off a 13-play, 80-yard drive. Sparty, a 31-17 lead on Wisconsin. Brad?
So another unbeaten in trouble in East Lansing. Here, an unbeaten is trailing by a touchdown. There's the starting center who got hurt in the first series of the ball game. Numbers for Dagey and Jones. And for Dagey, 7 different receivers among those 13 completions. Todd, not bad. Nope. Jones, nice play fake. Fires over the middle, crossing right, nice throw. Ryan Royals, the ball came out. Texas Tech has got it. Dewhurst in the secondary with a fumble recovery.
You know, Broyles had a fumble last week against Kansas as he was heading to the end zone for a score. He fumbled on the 1-yard line. And this was a beautiful throw by Landry Jones, and then he kind of got sandwiched at the end of the play. Crossing route, the deep route, he makes the catch, and then the ball is just ripped out. A beautiful job
DJ
at the end of
Johnson.
the play. Yep.
DJ Johnson, that's what you're taught to do. Get your hand in there and rip as much as you can, and in this case, it pays off with Brett Dewhurst with a fumble recovery. So Texas Tech with a lead, and now a turnover and the ball back. Things are getting interesting here in the first half of Norman. Too interesting for the Sooner fans right now. Crawford. On the run to the near side. Goes head on with Gabe Lynn. Nice game, though. Pick up a 6.
Well, Texas Tech has beaten Bob Stoops' Sooners team more than anybody in the league except Texas. They've beaten them 4 times. But all those 4 wins came in Lubbock.
Right.
They've not only not won here, but they've gotten crushed here.
Did you say the average score was between these two teams when they play here?
When they play here, since Stoops has been here, the average has been 43 to 15. So it's not even been close, but it's very close right now.
3rd down and 4. As the entire team looks over to the sideline. 3 out of 7 for the Red Raiders on their 3rd down conversions again. Kind of a low snap. Nagy handles it, fires across the middle and threw a strike. And I mean, this kid is not the biggest quarterback in the world, but he's got a wicked arm. Aaron Fisher, a 20-yard pickup.
He can really throw the football. He throws it as well as anybody I've seen this year. Low snap, he feels it, he hangs in there right over the linebacker. I mean, that's a tough throw over the hand of Corey Nelson.
And now he's going to go deep. And incomplete, intended for Darren Moore. They continue to try to get Darren Moore deep on Gabe Lynn over there.
Well, Gabe Lynn is starting in place of Jamel Fleming, so that's the guy to go after instead of DeMonte Hurst. But they're not able to make a play on the outside. Their big plays have come in the middle of the field, not on the outside.
The reason Jamel Fleming's not in there, minor knee surgery that might keep him out a couple of weeks is what we hear. I don't know if there's ever anything minor about any kind of surgery, but in this case, Gabe Lynn filling the spot and so far not giving up the long ball on those attempts out there.
Middle of the field open again right now.
Alex Torres in motion, going to flip it out. Torres going to try to get a block for Marquez. He's upended on the sideline. Good job by Aaron Coleman and company for the Sooners defensively.
When you play against a team that likes to throw so many screens on the perimeter, it's all about leverage for your defense. Stay outside, force it back inside. Don't let them turn the corner on you. That was well played by the Oklahoma defense.
Now the crowd at Memorial Stadium comes to life because it's 3rd down and long, and they're trying to get their defense to come up with a stop here. With Texas Tech up by a touchdown. Nagy, pressure, throws in the flat, complete, and a 1st down and a cutback by Douglas. And Corny Douglas all the way down to the 19-yard line.
What vision and feel by Nagy, because this was a corner blitz, and it was a late corner blitz. This guy is going to blitz, and Nagy's going to feel it and throw it right out in the area where he left. There's a voided area out there where the corner came on the blitz. He feels it. He gets the ball out there. And then Corny Douglas does the rest.
And how about Eric Ward, the wide receiver, coming back to give his brother in the receiving corps a block right there. Man. On 3rd down and 11, they got 25 yards, and that quiets the crowd big time. That might be the guy that was blocked, Javon Harris, as he got ear-holed out there by Eric Ward. We'll check on him with 9:25 remaining in the half when we come back.
Saturday Night Football on ABC, presented by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. The 2011 Ford F-150, built Ford tough. And Red Lobster, where we seafood differently.
Statues of the 5 Oklahoma Heisman winners out there. Billy Vessel, Steve Owens, Billy Sims, Jason White, and Sam Bradford, the most recent. Right now 14-7 Texas Tech, and they are threatening again in the red zone at the Sooner 19-yard line.
200 yards passing in the first half right now for Seth Nagy. Last year in Norman, Texas Tech only 144 yards passing for the entire game.
The center's talking during the break. Gallatin trying to get some pointers from Cowan, who's out with an injury. And now Nagy talking with his tailback Crawford. On a 1st and 10 at the Sooner 19. Nagy pressure from behind. Alexander's coming. He got rid of it in the dirt. And finally they got pressure on the Texas Tech quarterback.
First time they were really able to get great pressure, but Nagy alertly throws the football away. Now Oklahoma wants intentional grounding. There was a receiver over in that area.
There's the flag.
The question is, did the ball not cross the line of scrimmage?
did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Lost it down, third down.
So a loss of down and the penalty. We saw Bob Stoops lobbying for it. His defender, Travis Lewis, talking to the officials. They agreed.
I think Alexander got away with a little bit of a head start. I mean, he was working on their best lineman, the left tackle Waddle, and he really got off quick on that snap. Close to being offside, but he's the one that forced the pressure.
So that backs it up to the 30-yard line. We're at second down at 21. Daggy. There's the slip screen again to Torres, who scored on this in the first quarter. He might do it again. He's gone. Touchdown. Same pattern as the touchdown in the first quarter. This one goes 40 yards. The first one was 44.
Well, this is outstanding blocking downfield. I mean, you have linemen releasing, you have other receivers blocking. Torres made the catch and run, but watch all the blocks downfield. Receivers, linemen, everybody getting on a block, sticking with it, and then Torres just reading it, almost like a punt return, and getting it to the end zone.
Torres' second score of the night, and now Corona in for the point after. This is a shocked full house here in Norman, Oklahoma. It is 21-7. Texas Tech. Silver fans is like, wait, what hit us? I'll tell you what hit you. Seth Daggy and Alex Torres. Another 2-minute scoring drive as Daggy hooks up with Torres to cap a 69-yard march in 8 plays. Second touchdown for that guy tonight. This one a 30-yard play and a very similar play to the one that was 44 yards in the opening minute of the ball game.
Well, Oklahoma knew they had to be ready for the perimeter screens that this Texas Tech offense likes to run, but they have had a difficult time stopping it. 2 times it's gone for touchdown.
I'm going to show you that touchdown and the great block. Also maybe a questionable block as well. We'll go to the 6. Finch now the return. And Finch battles his way out over the 30-yard line.
In college football, you throw a screen and it's caught behind the line of scrimmage, linemen can release. Watch all these white shirts get blocked. There's as many as 6 quality blocks on this play that allowed Torres to go untouched to the end zone. Now the one block that was questionable is going to be right here. You're going to see a block that looks to be in the back by Cornelius Douglas on Travis Lewis. And when we talked to Brent Venables yesterday, he said, you know, that's one thing they get away with. They block you in the back. They come inside and they block in the back. And they got away with one there, I think.
Landry Jones now 2 touchdowns back as Finch gets maybe 2 yards. Brent also told us, said we packaged 10 or 12 plays. We sent it to the league office and said, you know, these guys are getting away with blocks in the back. So far that didn't do them any good, did it? So second down and 8. Jones throw one in a tight spot there for a 4-yard pickup. He's got a touchdown pass tonight, and he's been very efficient, but his counterpart has really been on track to give Texas Tech a 2-touchdown lead. This is not something that Oklahoma's used to being in the spot.
But the good news for Oklahoma is they can score.
Yeah.
I mean, they come into the game averaging 45 points a game, and they know how to get the ball in the end zone.
Jones going to get it out to Finch, and he dropped it. Might not have been the greatest pass, but Finch should have had it. Had he caught it, he would have been picking up some big yardage. Holly?
Well, guys, I have with me here the ball that Ryan Broyles broke that NCAA receptions record with, and his gloves. But we wouldn't have these gloves if it wasn't for Kenny Mossman, the Oklahoma SID. After he fumbled in that game, he threw the gloves off in disgust and threw them in the trash. Well, Kenny found them later in the game, and guys, these are going to go to the College Football Hall of Fame. I'm going to go check the trash, though, and see if he threw away those others after his last fumble.
Holly's looking to make some dough on eBay or something. Best way with a punt. And 2 guys battling to try to make the catch. And Torres and Zuzalik back there cover it after a 35-yard kick. Now it's time right now for our Aflac trivia question of the night. 4 teams have appeared in the top 5 of the BCS standings. Which one's been there most often? I'm sure you know that one of them is one of the teams here. Maybe you don't know that, but that's a hint for you. give you 25% head start. Boy, it's time for Oklahoma's defense to make some plays right here. We do not want any more Texas Tech points before halftime. DeAndre Washington, he might get some more points before halftime. DeAndre Washington in midfield, trying to be tracked down. Flags will fly as he's brought down at the 40 by Gabe Lynn. And Lynn is hurt after making the tackle. A 33-yard pickup, but it might be coming back.
Well, they got him for a block in the back that time. They got away with it on the touchdown. This time they're not going to get away with it.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 11. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul.
Tremaine Swindle, a wide receiver. So that negates a big play again by Texas Tech.
Here's Swindle coming in on the left of the screen. There's a clear block in the back on the safety, Javon Harris. He came all the way from the outside wide receiver position, and that time they got caught. And the thing that Texas Tech wants to avoid here is they got to take care of the football. The only thing that can derail them right now in this first half is if they turn it over.
Well, that's back foul on the penalty. It's kind of a strange first down and 3. And they get 2 or 3. Somebody lost their hat in the mix.
I think the key thing right now for Texas Tech in this game has been they've run the ball effectively enough to have balance in their offense and to keep pressure off of Seth Dagan. They've probably run it a little bit better than Oklahoma so far. And Oklahoma's been hurt by a couple drop passes on third down as well.
You see, Tech's got the edge rushing the football. Not that time, though. Ronald Lewis on the tackle, wearing number 12 in honor of Austin Box, their teammate who they lost in the offseason, who passed away. And that's always a big honor. And when we talked to Ronald yesterday, he was talking about wearing that jersey, and he kind of teared up, and he said, I can't even tell you what it means to wear Austin's number in this game. A different defender each week gets that honor in Austin Box's legacy. So Ronell, instead of number 56, wearing number 12 tonight. Third down and 3. Low snap. Daggy with time. Incomplete. And Crawford probably should have had that. We got a flag down in the backfield.
Well, you had a holding, and you had a bad snap, and you had a drop pass. So three bad things happened to Texas Tech on that play. Frank Alexander drew the penalty again.
Offense number 65. The penalties decline. 4th down.
I think Daggy needs to change up his snap count a little bit because Frank Alexander is getting a head start on their best lineman. They believe their left tackle can hold his own out there, but he needs a little help from the quarterback here, I think, on the snap count because Frank Alexander's timing it up. So he's doing a great job.
You don't need to give Frank any help, that's for sure.
Actually, that hold was on the tight end. That hold was on Adam James, 82, not 65.
Ryan Erxleben to punt. Broyles and Proctor are back deep, so Oklahoma got a stop when they desperately needed one. Forcing a 4th and 3. Erxleben's kick, sort of bounce in front of Broyles, and he's got to let it go. And that's going to cost him about another 10 to 12 yards of field position. 52-yard kick, 5:50 remaining first half. Sooners ranked number 3, down a couple of touchdowns. Back in Norman, a little bit earlier, we asked you tonight's trivia question. It was, what 4 teams have appeared in the top 5 of the BCS standings most often? At our meeting this morning, we're all supposed to be intelligent football people. It took like 5 of us to come up with these 4. Oklahoma the most often, followed by USC, Texas, and Florida. So Bob Stoops has had them there a lot of times in his 13 years. They're number 3 right now, but they're down 2 touchdowns here to Texas Tech. And no gain on the play. We check in with Kevin.
The brand over on ESPN, the Badgers will not go away, down 31-17 at East Lansing. Heisman candidate Russell Wilson calls his own number, 22 yards. It's now 31-24 again over on ESPN, Brad.
Thanks, Kevin. Here's Landry Jones. Going to run for this or try a slide to the 20.
That's a win for the Texas Tech defense. I mean, if they have to force that quarterback to run and slide instead of throw it down the field to these receivers, that's good defense. I mean, the Texas Tech defense has been the most surprising thing in this game. Not the play of Dagey, not the play of Landry Jones, the play of the Texas Tech defense, the biggest surprise in the game.
Landry's probably thinking he could have gotten a little more yardage on that slide, but the spot puts him on a 3rd down and 5 situation. Final 5 minutes of the first half. A delayed first half for this football game by over an hour and a half tonight. If you wonder why we're only nearing halftime now. Landry Jones over the middle, in and out of the hands of Brennan Clay.
You know, we just showed you the graphic that they've been held without a first down on 3 of 6 possessions. Now make that 4 of 7 possessions. And on 3 of those, there's been a drop pass on 3rd down. Now that one was a little bit behind play, but 3 third down plays, there's been a drop pass that has resulted in a 3 and out and a punt situation for Oklahoma. Now this is the most action in the first half that I'm sure Tress Wade's ever had.
He only had 3 punts all of last week. And here he is kicking near his own 5-yard line again. Torres back, and they're going to catch it in Oklahoma territory. Torres takes it around the 47-yard line. So Texas Tech's not done yet. They've got 3 timeouts, and they're up 2 touchdowns with 4.5 minutes to go. ABC Sundays this fall. What if a storybook character you ever knew or thought you knew was real? From the writers of Lost, a series unlike any other on television, from the ultimate battle between good and evil. ABC's Once Upon a Time series premiere tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, 7 Central on ABC. Brad Nessler, Todd Blackledge, Holly Rowe, and our ESPN and ABC crew in Norman, Oklahoma, where we're seeing a shocker right now. Texas Tech unranked, leading number 3 Oklahoma by 2 touchdowns. And their quarterback comes up firing for some more. Douglas, short game, 2 or 3. So only Jefferson made the tackle.
Tell you what, Dagey, we talked about Landry Jones not holding the ball very long. Dagey doesn't either. I mean, he gets that snap, and tonight there's been a lot of low snaps, gets rid of it. They've only gotten good pressure on him 1 or 2 times in the ball game.
And that was the one that caused the grounding call. And Alexander had a hold of him. Other than that, his jersey's pretty clean. Quick throw, completes. Nice open field tackle, though, to keep the receiver, Eric Ward, from a first down. He picked up 6. Demontre Hurst put the hit on him. So they're about a yard shy of the first down.
Nice job by Aaron Crawford, the back, sliding over and picking up the blitz as well to allow Dagey to make that throw.
And Dagey's going to run for it. Heading to the sideline, he made it. And Alexander was chasing, but he needed 1 and he got 2.
Similar to the play they ran for the touchdown. It's kind of a zone read play, not known as a runner, but you read that at the end, chases it down, which Alexander did. Dagey keeps it and runs for the first down. Now maybe you take a shot.
That's been their MO. When they get a first down, they want to go up on top. They've been trying to hit Darren Moore on the deep ball on the right side several times tonight. They go straight to their running back, who's not going to get much. Ronell Lewis stops Crawford. We're down to 3:15, but again, Texas Tech, all the timeouts remaining.
Well, I think if you're Texas Tech right now, and if you're Neil Brown, the offensive coordinator, you're thinking, we'd love to get more points here, but let's also use clock, so when Oklahoma does get the ball, they don't have time to do anything against us.
That and don't make any mistakes. Oh, what a catch by Adam James. Wow. He went up at the very top of that jump and snatched that thing down and picked up a first down.
That ball just seemed like it hung in the air so long, and James just kind of elevated and stayed in the air and made the catch with his hands. He went and caught it at the top of his jump. Nice play by James.
Boy, second time tonight, Adam James came up with a big play. Didn't get those jumps from his dad.
He didn't get those ups from his dad.
I think probably all of you know, or a lot of you know, that our colleague Craig was Adam's dad. Empty backfield for Dagey. Snap again, dribbles back there to Dagey. Picks it up and throws incomplete. A little bit behind his intended receiver. Nice play by Hurst, the cornerback over there on Eric Ward.
You know, they're overcoming the snap situation for the most part because they're moving the football, but I can't tell you how much this disrupts the timing. I mean, it just, you know, this is a timing passing offense and a guy who likes to catch and throw in rhythm, and he's got to pick the ball up first before he throws.
And Oklahoma stops DeAndre Washington in his tracks. Brings up third down at 10.
Now, Holly said that the starting center Cowan might be able to come back, but it's questionable. He tore his ACL and his MCL in preseason camp. And he's a fifth-year senior, and he said, I'm not going to get surgery. I'm just going to tape it up and wrap it up, put a big brace on, and play through it. But he hurt it early in this game and has not been able to return.
Third down at 10. Boy, if Oklahoma ever needed a stop, it is right here. Trailing the Red Raiders by 2 touchdowns. Nagy throws high, incomplete, and they get the stop. Barry Moore had his hands on it, but there were a couple of Sooner defenders there, including Hurst again, who made a nice play, and so was Jefferson.
Well, here we go with the field goal, the high throw, not able to make the catch. 3 field goal blocks in the last 2 games. 1 return for a touchdown, 2 that really hurt him last week. 1 change now. Gary Hyder, number 91, he's a defensive tackle, has been put into the field goal protection on the right side. That's where the pressure came last week. So number 91 is in there as a blocker.
Corona had him blocked from 48 and 38 last week. Snaps a little bit off, and this kick is up and good from 40. So Corona adds to it, 24-7. Lead with 1:26 remaining in the first half. Oklahoma is in some trouble. Well, we got a little time here right now. Let's take a look at our Taste of the Town with my partner, brought to you by Expedia.
12 years ago, Phyllis Fulcher opened a restaurant in Noble serving breakfast and lunch and named it after her favorite Hollywood classic, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Now, Phyllis is fighting cancer, but the place is ably manned by her sons, Gary and Donnie, and a small staff. Now, Donnie does most of the cooking 6 days a week, but he gets off Saturdays because he loves college football.
That is some serious grub, and we'll see what Todd devoured basically in his 2 trips. I have to tell people you made 2 trips there, obviously.
You have to research.
You do great research. Don't forget the Capital One halftime report with Robert and Jesse coming up in a minute and a half, a little less. Sooners are in trouble, and their crowd has just been shot to silence by 24-7 Texas Tech. More fireworks than Oklahoma has provided so far in the first half. Finch on the kick return from the 5. Finch crossed the 30, and he got out to about the 34-yard line. Let's check in with what Todd Blackledge had for breakfast.
Now, the omelets here are awesome. The pancakes ridiculous, but I came for the chicken fried steak. Now, the meat is delivered fresh 3 times a week by the local butcher. And when ordered, it's hand-dipped in flour and buttermilk, quickly fried and served with mashed potatoes and homemade white gravy. Well, to quote Holly Golightly, I'm crazy about Tiffany's.
And no signs of Audrey Hepburn except over your shoulder. She didn't eat that much in her whole life, probably. You realize that, right?
That chicken fried steak was awesome now. Gary and Donnie hooked me up.
I got to tell you, we went to the coaches meeting shortly after that, and they were nice enough to have some sandwiches and stuff set up for us.
No chance.
This boy just sat back and said, I can't do it. And I've never seen you miss a coach's lunch or anything.
No, I try not to pass up any free food, but I couldn't eat anymore. It took me a few hours.
That was a big chicken or a big steak or a lot of gravy.
I got to ask you something here now.
Yeah.
If you told your wife, Miss Nancy, that you were going to bring her something from Tiffany's and you showed up with a box with chicken fried steak in it, how do you think that'd go over with your wife?
The little blue box with just gravy and the nice little bow on the top. That'd be beautiful. Minute 18 remaining. You can follow Todd on Twitter at Taste of Town Todd.
First and 10, Oklahoma.
Landry Jones throws a one-hopper incomplete intended for Jazz Reynolds. And for the first time probably in a long time here at Owen Field and Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, you can just feel the crowd is restless.
And I have not seen Landry Jones look as uncomfortable as he looks tonight since the Florida State game. The Florida State defense rattled him a little bit.
Now he's got one batted down.
Yeah, and this Texas Tech defense, which has been much maligned. I mean, they didn't have very good numbers coming into this game. But they're playing well right now. Now, they played great in the first half last week against Kansas State, and then the whole thing kind of fell apart in the second half. But beautiful first half so far.
Just a little over a minute remaining in it. Third down at 10. Jones steps up, Throws across the middle, and it's tipped and almost intercepted. And again, a drop ball on third down on a crossing route, this time again. Jazz Reynolds.
See, both of these quarterbacks are timing quarterbacks. They like to catch, set, and throw. Landry Jones, look, double clutch, step up, throw under pressure, and not able to deliver the ball the way he normally does. It's the Texas Tech defense has them unsettled right now, and Oklahoma needs to get to the locker room and get it figured out.
Third straight 3 and out for the Sooners. Fresh Ray with another punt coming up. We got all of this, baby. All the way back to the 16-yard line. Torres has to take the fair catch call with 55 seconds remaining in the first half. Monday night, Ray Lewis had Reed. That great Ravens defense looking to put the clamps on Maurice Jones-Drew and rookie quarterback Lane Gabbert. The Ravens head to Jacksonville. ESPN's Monday Night Football, 8:30 Eastern, also available live on Watch ESPN. Coverage starts 7 o'clock Eastern Monday with Monday Night Countdown served up by Applebee's. Right now, Texas Tech is serving up an upset on the road.
I'll tell you what, I don't put the ball in the air right here either. I run it, protect it, go to the locker room, be very happy with where you are and how you play. They're going to get a penalty here because they broke the huddle with too many guys, I think.
Handoff, Washington. And a little counter. He's done well with that tonight. Got 4 yards.
Run the football, run the clock. This has been an impressive first half for Texas Tech. 20 more plays. Again, the lack of success on third down for Oklahoma is the big reason for that.
Again, trying to let that clock wind down. It's going to be down to 20 here or less before the snap. 24-7. Washington goes the other way. You got to think it's been a long time since Oklahoma was even down by this many points. And like you said, they got a lot of weapons and they can score in a hurry. You know what? They're going to need all of that because the largest comeback at home in school history is 15. And right now they're trailing by 17 as they head to the locker room. A shocked group of Sooners and their fans, and a Texas Tech Red Raider team that was fired up from the opening minute of the ball game. And they had a touchdown pass in a hurry, a 44-yarder that put them up. Landry Jones answered to Kenny Stills, but then Dagey has gone to a lot of different receivers and is hooked up with them enough to give them the 24-7 halftime lead. Let's go down to Holly in a hurry here.
Coach, what about the weather delay do you think has affected your team's intensity coming out here?
No, hey, we just gotten outworked, outplayed, the whole deal. Defense third downs have been horrible. Offensively, we've had no rhythm throwing the ball.
How do you get that rhythm back on offense?
We just got to come out and try and execute a little bit better and complete some balls and run the ball.
Thanks, Coach.
And a lot of drop passes, and I'm sure Bob's going to let his receivers know that. Winning streak at home, well, it's in jeopardy, that's for darn sure. Through 2 quarters, halftime score 24-7 as we send you to Robert and Jesse in the studio for our Capital One halftime report, guys. ABC Saturday Night Football presented by Southwest Airlines. Dark horses, that's what Texas Tech was coming into this game. A big underdog. And look at 21 more plays in the first half. You see the third down and the 251 passing yards. Oklahoma had given up 300 yards in the air all season long. They're very much in danger of doing that, and they had 1 first down in the second quarter. Oklahoma, they're getting rolled right now.
Well, it's a combination of things. You know, it's the drop passes, it's the lack of production on third down that has led to being, not having nearly as many plays as Texas Tech, and they've got to figure out some things defensively. It'll be interesting to see what Oklahoma does defensively to try to get some pressure, I think, on Seth Dagey, because he is really, without pressure, he is picking them apart.
Yeah, he just finds a lot of different receivers. If there's precedence, I guess if you go back in this 39-game winning streak, Texas Tech had Oklahoma by 14, and here it's 17 in 2011, 5 years later.
Tell you the other interesting thing to see is Texas Tech's defense in the second half. Last week they held Kansas State to 94 yards in the first half, and then kind of the roof fell off in the second half.
And it'll be Oklahoma starting from the 20-yard line to open up the third quarter. Some drop passes certainly haven't helped the cause. Bob Stoops told Holly that going to the locker room at halftime.
Well, and unfortunately, several of them came on third down. That was a 3rd and short. If they catch the football, they have a chance to convert, keep drives alive, get some rhythm going on offense. A lot of those drops have come on third downs, and that's why they only converted 2 in that entire first half.
Those are pretty modest statistics for number 12 because he's been tearing it up all season long. Let's see if he's got a big second half in him. He's missed his last 5 passes, but a lot of that courtesy of his receivers not holding on to the football. First offensive snap of the third quarter with Oklahoma down 24-7. Jones, and it's tipped and nearly caught. So he's missed his last 6 now, and he had one knockdown right at the end of the second quarter as well. No first down since a minute remaining in the first quarter. Wow, that's just unheard of for a team putting up 45 a game, averaging almost 550 yards of total offensive game. Finch is going to flare out of the backfield. Here's Broyles, and he's hit the line of scrimmage.
You know, one of the things that you can tell is because Texas Tech plays up-tempo on offense, their defense is used to going against it. And where that tempo that Oklahoma runs affects some teams they play, a lot of teams, it hasn't had that effect on Texas Tech. They've been right there defensively.
Jones steps up deep middle. Again, skips one off Broyles' hands. He's looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. DJ Johnson was the guy that was covering, and just like that, to open up the third quarter, it's 3 and out.
That's another catchable pass, and usually very reliable Ryan Broyles, who has outstanding hands. Yeah, there was a little contact with DJ Johnson, but that's a catchable pass.
Talking about 3 and out, that is 4 straight going back to the first half. And Tress Way to punt again. This one, to be fair, caught. Whoops, losing his balance back there was Zuzalik. And he had to let it go by. Let's check in with Holly.
Well, checking in with coach for Texas Tech, Tommy Tuberville at the half. Guys, his center, Justin Keon, will not be able to return. Unfortunately, he injured his other knee that doesn't have the ACL and MCL tears. So that leaves all of this burden on Deborah Gallatin. I asked Coach Tuberville, what do you do to help this kid? And he said, we're actually going to move Seth Thagey up in the pocket a little bit, help him because the snaps are so low. So look for that adjustment. He said, hey, the kid's doing a great job. He's never played center in his life.
Yeah, he's blocking fine. It's just getting that ball to the quarterback to keep the timing of the passing game consistent.
That one's clean. Dagey's going to go up on top on the first snap, and he's got his man. Kennard all the way down to the 30-yard line.
They tried to throw outside down the field 4 times in the first half. Incomplete all 4 times. First play of the third quarter, they tried to the left side, and they get the win. They go against Gabe Lynn. Again, the new starter in corner. They freeze him at the line of scrimmage, and then a beautiful throw by Dagey.
40 yards down to the 32. Here's a draw play to Crawford. And Crawford weaves his way out to the 26-yard line, a 6-yard pickup. So a 40-yard pass play, 6 more yards on the ground. Now they can mix it up and go the tempo they want to go, as they're immediately down in scoring territory or very near it.
They only had 78 yards rushing in the first half, but that was plenty to keep the balance. And right away, the first running play, highly successful play for the Red Raiders.
Dagey on 2nd down and 4. Throws across the middle. Oh, my goodness, what a hit. And it's going to be helmet to helmet on Lynn. Gabe Lynn with the collision.
Yeah, even if he doesn't lead with the helmet, if he hits above the shoulders and goes at the head area with the hit, even with a forearm or a shoulder, that's a penalty.
How about holding on to the football and popping right back up for Crawford? That's going to take him down around the 10-yard line.
You can't hit above the shoulders. And it wasn't a lead with the helmet. He led with the shoulder, but he hit him above Crawford's shoulder in the head area.
Oklahoma 3 and out. Texas Tech rolling right back to the 11-yard line of the Sooners and threatening again, already up 17. Washington flanks Dagey in the gun. Fade to the corner. Touchdown Texas Tech to Torres, his third of the night.
Well, they like going against Gabe Lynn. I mean, they beat him on the long pass. He got the penalty. He's frustrated, and they go right back at him for the touchdown with Torres. Beautiful back shoulder throw. Impossible to defend, and Torres adjusts the ball in the air. This is kind of stunning. It really is. I mean, I knew Seth Dagey was good, but they are just shredding this Sooner defense.
Corona in for the point after, capping a 72-yard drive in just 4 plays. You're shocked. There's not 85,000 in here anymore, but they're shocked, I'll tell you that much. Torres, third of the night for number 86. Big night for number 7. Texas Tech, 31-7. Looks like it might be shake-up Saturday, Todd, in the BCS standings right now. LSU, Alabama winner, but Oklahoma very much in doubt now. Wisconsin on a Hail Mary that was full of grace for Kirk Cousins. A touchdown with 4 seconds left, or at the gun, actually, as Michigan State hands Wisconsin its first loss. And unless Oklahoma can find a way to come back from 31-7 down, they're going to be scratched off that list, too. Return, Trey Franks, and he'll get it out near the 30-yard line. Let's take a look at our Pacific Live game summary. And this one, as you might expect, a lot of Texas Tech. Little screen pass that Alex Torres took 44 yards in the opening minute of the ball game. And Dagey, same play, very similar. Another touchdown, 30 yards. And he bobbled the snap a little bit, but scored from 1 himself, and then said, you know, I'll throw with my 3rd touchdown pass on that last fade to Torres. So he's thrown for 3 and run for 1. Seth Dagey we're talking about. Play on the carry. Pickup of 6. What a night for that guy. Came in with 1 reception on the season for a touchdown, but as Todd said, it had back-to-back 100-yard games. He's going to have another one of those tonight. But he's got 3 scoring tosses to his credit as well. Here's an eye backfield for the first time in quite a long time, if ever, tonight, with Miller as the fullback in there. And straight up the middle, close to a first down. It's going to be Clay. Jackson Richards, a freshman, made the stop. Remember, Dominic Whaley not playing tonight due to a stomach virus. He'd been their big runner, had a career high 165 yards in the win last week. That hasn't helped the cause.
But you wonder how much at this point Whaley would have been a factor at all, because they're going to have to throw and utilize Finch out of the backfield catching the football to make up this 24-point deficit.
Finch in there on a 3rd down at a yard, and he'll get the carry. He'll get the first down. Only by about a yard. First down since a minute left in the first quarter. Kevin Connors got an update for us, Kevin.
All right, Brad, your AT&T All-America Player of the Week is Clemson QB Taj Boyd. 367 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. He also ran for a score in a 59-31 win over North Carolina. Remember, you can text 55862 from your mobile phone to vote. Brad?
All right, Kevin, here, a first down, and almost mockingly the crowd cheered for Oklahoma. Landry Jones going up on top. Got his man. Kenny Stills is gone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. 58-yarder. And the Sooners inch a little bit closer.
Well, it's a wheel route, which means the inside slot receiver, where Stills normally is outside, he was in the slide. He ran out and up the sideline. It was wide open, and Landry Jones got in the football.
70 yards in a hurry. 58 on the final play for the score. The second reception for a touchdown for Kenny Stills tonight off the arm of that guy. And Honeycutt in for the point after. 31-14. So the Sooners trying to mount a comeback.
Normally it's Ryan Broyles in the slot. Stills.
Saturday Night Football on ABC, presented by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Pacific Life. For insurance, annuities, and investments, choose Pacific Life, the power to help you succeed. And the 2012 Chevy Silverado HD.
If you ever get an opportunity to tour the football facility here, that mural tells all the stories and about all the championships and the great coaches and players that have played here at Oklahoma. Don't forget, Reese Davis, Kirk Herbstreit, and Craig James have a BCS countdown tomorrow night. They unveil the latest BCS polls. Countdown presented by Vizio on ESPN 8:15 Eastern and continuing on ESPNU at 9 o'clock. We already know it's going to be a shakeup from a week ago because of Wisconsin's loss to Michigan State. Will the same thing occur here? Well, Landry Jones is not done throwing the football. Todd said earlier, one thing you know about the Sooners, they can score in a hurry. They just did. 70 yards in a minute and 41 to get at least back in it to 17.
Well, now the problem and the onus is on this Oklahoma defense. They've got to figure out how to stop Seth Davis.
McCroy from the 8-yard line. And the special teams trying to do their job, but look out if they don't get contained on McCroy. They are going to bring him down as he crosses the 20-yard line. They ran about 60 yards to pick up 15 on the kickoff return.
Seth Dagy has done most of his damage on short and underneath throws. He did get the big throw down the left sideline the first play of the third quarter, but that was the only deep ball down the field. Everything else has been underneath and guys making yards after the catch. They've got to go after him. I think Oklahoma has to take some chances because they have not gotten pressure with their front four. I think they've got to bring some extra people and try to get Seth Dagy on the ground a little bit.
Dagy, you saw with 306 as the first 300-yard passer against Oklahoma this year. Draw play to Crawford.
See, one of the things that this hurry-up offense or the tempo offense that Texas Tech is running, that Oklahoma runs, it forces you as a defense to be a little bit more vanilla, to stay in a base defense because they don't substitute. You got to be ready to play quick.
That's Neil Brown, the offensive coordinator. You just saw he's dialing up big plays like this. Ward's got it. Knocked out of bounds, but another big play, and that's an offensive coordinator that is having some kind of night, and shows his quarterback.
Well, the first half again, they attacked the right sideline 4 times. They came up empty all 4. To third quarter, they said, let's go to the left side. Let's go on Gabe Lynn on the left side, and they're 2 for 2.
48-yard pickup to the 26. And just like that, like you said, if Oklahoma doesn't come up with some plays on defense, the Red Raiders are just going to keep carving it. 31-14, and empty backfield looking for more. This is double pass. Going to right back to the quarterback. Dagy, tough catch over his shoulder. Dagy inside the 20 and out of bounds at the first down marker at the 15.
Neil Brown has got it going on now, the offensive coordinator. Neil came from Troy. Tommy Tuberville was very familiar when he was at Auburn with what Troy was doing with the spread offense. He hired him when he got the job at Texas Tech. Very much of the pass game, very similar to what Mike Leach had. They didn't change a whole lot, but Neil Brown is calling a masterful game right now.
We've been bragging up Dagy on his passing skills. That was a heck of a catch. First down. Trying to bring some pressure, but the quick throw is out of his hands and complete. Down to the 11-yard line of Kennard again.
Whatever changes they made or whatever work or talk they had with the center quarterback exchange so far here in the third quarter, it's been a lot more consistent between Gallatin and Dagy.
2nd and 5 and a loss on the play on Crawford. Nice play by Travis Lewis. There's the starting center who went out on the opening series. Justin Kahn, the senior. 82% of their possessions tonight.
I would run Torres here if I was Oklahoma. I'd maybe put 2 guys on him.
3rd down and 5. Torres is up the top of your screen, along with Marquez. They're going to run it. A sneaky run might get him a first down. Alexander made the tackle, and I think they're going to mark this a little bit short. The way they're dialing up plays right now for Texas Tech, they might say, the heck with a field goal. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. He's going to be a yard shot. And if they do leave that team out there, here's the biggest play of the game so far.
They're calling a play. I mean, they're signaling a play from the sidelines to go for it here.
4th and a yard. Now all the Red Raiders look to the sideline. Play clock at 7. They're not going to get a playoff here. I'm going to call a timeout. So they ran it on to the final seconds. 4th and 1. We'll see what they've decided to do, if they're going to go for the field goal or go on 4th and 1 when we come back. There's a coach's trophy presented by Dr. Pepper, leading to the All-State BCS Championship. Folks here in Norman, Oklahoma, are hoping that somewhere down the line that the Sooners would bring that home. They're not going to get the opportunity unless they come from way back here against Texas Tech. They trailed 31-14.
You know, what's funny, too, Brad, and you brought it up a little bit already today. People around here, fans, the media, everybody talking about the Bedlam game in Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, which is so far away. And then they've got the game, Kansas State, next week. They got their hands full right now on a critical 4th and 1 play right here.
Last time on 4th and 1 was Daggy, who kept it on a touchdown run. And Oklahoma gets the stop that they desperately needed. Lewis, Frank Alexander and company. And the Sooners have the ball back.
Well, Jamarcus McFarland, number 97, got the first penetration. Watch number 97 get into the backfield and disrupt the timing of the play. He gets the push. He doesn't get the tackle, and then Alexander and Lewis are there to wrap it up. Or I should say, yeah, Lewis.
Wearing number 12 out there in a big play. Run out. And Lewis. And now Landry Jones has got it back in his hands. Or will have here. 1st and 10. Bad news is your own 8-yard line. Popping through a hole is Roy Finch. A lot of time left. 8 minutes in the 3rd quarter.
I mean, you play hurry-up 2-minute offense the whole game if you're Oklahoma. So this is nothing new.
Finch comes the other way. And it looks like he has a first down.
You know, because there's that much time, you can still run the football. You don't have to abandon the run and only throw the football. This is when you find out if a team really has championship character. We know they have talent. Do they have championship character?
Easy to play well when you're up 30, but when you're trailing by 17 at home, you got a 39-game winning streak. Landry Jones avoids trouble, zips off a pass, and it's intercepted. Stills had it taken away by Trey Porter.
You know, Trey Porter went up and tipped it, bobbled it, and I think caught it on his way to the ground. I mean, he didn't catch it clean the first time. He's working on Stills. The ball's thrown a little bit behind on the double move. Now watch Porter. He's going to go up and get his hands on it and then catch it cleanly on his way to the ground. Stills kind of gave up on the play, didn't fight for the football, and Porter with a big interception.
So Texas Tech, even though they failed on a 4th and 1, they got it right back, and Oklahoma's into the field.
I think they're going to take a look at this to see if the ball hit the ground.
The previous play is under further review.
So Terry Turlington, our replay official, will have a look upstairs. Porter, the sophomore out of Midwest City, Oklahoma, playing in his home state. Did he come up with a big play or not? We're going to look at it and tell you when we come back. Again, we're looking at a replay of what we thought was an interception by Trey Porter.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It's an interception, first down.
Well, you go back to the beginning of this play. Dartwan Bush, number 54, is going to force Landry Jones out of the pocket. And Landry Jones has to throw on the move, and the ball is thrown behind his intended receiver. The pressure forced the bad throw, and then a tremendous effort by Trey Porter. And the failed 4th and 1 doesn't hurt Texas Tech.
Trey Porter had 10 tackles in the game against Oklahoma last year, has the biggest play for their defense here tonight so far. Will their offense capitalize? Nagy pumps and gets rid of it.
Yep. There's a corner blitz. Corner blitz. And Nagy has done that before tonight. He's thrown the ball away, and he's done it successfully. Got the one grounding penalty. The blitz coming from the top. Now, Aaron Colvin, number 14, has moved to corner. He was the starting strong safety. He was a corner last year, but they've taken Gabe Lynn out of the game and put Aaron Colvin out at corner and brought a new safety in, Sam Proctor.
You saw there was no receiver there. You might have overheard Mike DeFee, our referee, say he was outside of the pocket, so no grounding on that last one. Now he fires again, completes this one to Darren Moore.
And back-to-back plays, Brent Venables has called for a blitz. I mean, I think he realizes we cannot let this guy sit back there and throw because we can't cover these guys. So we have to disrupt his timing. We have to get to him and make him uncomfortable the way that Texas Tech has made our quarterback uncomfortable.
Nagy's been throwing darts out there like the bullseyes the size of a coffee cup, you know? I mean, you got to do something to disrupt him. The only thing that disrupted him in the first half was in low snaps from center.
They need this guy right here, Frank Alexander, to step it up as well.
He's not playing like he did against Texas, that's for sure. And now he's going to drop into coverage. Alexander, and here comes the heat. And there's another throw into the dirt. That one was Stacy McGee, who finally got some pressure on number 7.
Well, this is a little tricky defense now. They drop Alexander. They only rush 3. Right here's the pressure, but they're only going to bring 3 guys and drop 8. And Nagy doesn't have anywhere to go with the football.
This is another grounding call, Todd.
Yep. He was not out of the pocket, and the ball did not get to the line of scrimmage. It has to cross the line of scrimmage. They fooled the offensive line and the quarterback on that play and forced the punt.
And with the penalty and the loss of down, it helps the field possession a little bit as far as trying to give Ryan Broyles maybe a chance to handle a punt. He hasn't been able to grab one and take off, and he has done very little as a receiver tonight so far. But we got a long ways to go. Erxleben to punt. And this time Broyles will take it on the flat. Broyles with a blocker in front. 30, 35 to the 40, out to the 45. Finally got his hands on one and did something with it.
Well, it was a very low kick. Sam Proctor was his lead blocker, and Ryan Broyles, a big player, knows his team needed a big play, and he made one.
25 yards on the return. Now for our conference update brought to you by Dr. Pepper 10. Big 12 standings, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Oklahoma, all undefeated in conference play. A&M at 3-1. The undefeated streak of Oklahoma still in jeopardy, but now they held, they threw an interception, but they get the ball back. And now it's a flea flicker.
They got him.
Landry Jones loads and fires, man there. Broken up, but a pass interference upcoming. But that might be a good pass interference by Dewhurst, because if Broyles could have found a handle, he might have had a touchdown. There's a flag in the backfield as well.
Well, Landry Jones underthrew the ball. I mean, if he throws this down the field, it's an easy touchdown. But I think it's roughing the passer and pass interference,
but,
both.
you know, the flea part of it was not the greatest pitch back to the quarterback. He had to make a heck of a catch.
Pass defense, 30. That penalty's declined. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 91 defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Gary Hyder gets the call, and angry Tommy Tuberville. Here's the pitch that isn't the best. And then here comes 91.
Yeah, kind of short-armed it, knowing he was going to get hit, and the ball just kind of hung there, and the safety he didn't know where the football was. So there's both penalties, but that could have been a touchdown easily if Landry Jones gets more on the football.
Well, the roughing the passer penalty gives them more yardage anyway, and now they're in Texas Tech territory at the 40.
A lot of 2 tight ends here in the second half for Oklahoma.
Quick slants, Broyles has got it for about an 8-yard gain.
They've got extra tight ends in to run the football, and they're running play action out of it.
They got Millard in there, which is a fullback slash tight end. He's on the wing left, as you see number 33 line up.
He's over here, and then you got Hannah on this side.
Second down and 2. You can do a lot with a down like this, but they'll just run it and get the first down. Now the wheels are starting to turn a little bit for the Sooners, and the momentum shifting just a bit with 5:45 remaining in the third quarter.
Now see, with these tight ends in or whatever they've got in, I think they go play action here and try to take a shot down the field. You're going to have Broyles and Stills on the same side. Broyles in the slot to the top of the screen and Stills outside.
Finch and Millard in the set in the backfield with Landry Jones, who's got a couple of touchdown passes tonight. Looking for more. There's the play action. Here comes the heat, though. The guy that roughed him is still chasing him. And he throws the other way and got Millard. And his knee was down, but still, they make something out of nothing there and get about 8 yards.
Well, I talked about Landry Jones' footwork and his ability to move his feet efficiently and quickly. Pressure didn't allow him to take the shot down the field, but his quickness of his feet allowed him to make a completion and get a positive play.
So now they got second and short again. Last time on second down and 2, they handed it off just to get the first down. At the 5-minute mark, second and short again. Clock winding down. 5 on the play clock. They're going to have to hustle here. Maybe get it off.
No, they called timeout, I think, before the clock ran out. They waited as long as they could to see what that Tech defense was giving them, and then had to burn a timeout.
And burn when they do. That's one they won't have at the end when they maybe need it. Oklahoma, their 39-game home winning streak in jeopardy here with 4:42 to go in the third quarter. In a game that was delayed, if you just joined us, by an hour and a half due to weather conditions earlier. Let's see if they're going to weather the storm, the Sooners. Trailing 31-14. A second down upcoming. 3 wideouts, all to the top of the screen. And Kenny Stills on the right. Here comes a blitz from the Red Raiders. Play out to Finch. Finch down the sideline. Nice power for a little guy near the 5. It's first and goal, Oklahoma.
Well, first of all, he makes a tremendous catch because this is a very low-thrown ball right off his shoestrings, and nobody picked him up. This is a bust on the Texas Tech defense. You got to account for everybody. Nobody picks up Finch. He does a tremendous job catching it and then getting upfield.
Good thing he's only 5'7". He didn't have to bend over very far to get that one. First and goal now. Sooners trying to cut into the Texas Tech lead. Here's Finch. Not much of a hole on the left side, but he's dragging Red Raiders to the goal line with him. He got to the 1. Tell you what, he's a tough little cookie.
He doesn't look like a 165-pound guy. He's carrying guys towards the goal line.
Like they used to say about Quentin Griffin, he's not small, he's just short.
This is one of the areas of concern, and one of the things that Oklahoma has worked on this week is bringing extra guys in and going tackle over. This is a tackle on this side, 59 and 69 on the same side with the tight end.
And Millard, the fullback at 250, is the tailback in the eye here. Got some beef, and he's going to get the call. The ball is out. Landry Jones caught it in midair and saved a disaster at the 5-yard line.
Wow, what a play. Terrence Bullock, number 1, gets in there, gets his helmet right on the football, and knocks it out. They get penetration even against this heavy set. Watch Terrence Bullock come from the corner, get his head on the football. Nobody blocks him. And Oklahoma very fortunate that they still have the football.
Heads up play by the quarterback to catch it in midair. And actually, after he caught it, he got about 4 yards back to the 5, where it's third and goal. Now Finch back in there. Broyles in a slot left, number 85. They come back the other way, broken up. Intended for Trey Franks. Nebo got a hand on it.
Well, this has been an area of concern for Oklahoma. Not just in the red zone, but scoring touchdowns in goal-to-goal situations. That's the 23rd goal-to-goal situation this year. And they've only scored 14 touchdowns. That's not a great percentage, or what you would expect from a team that scores as much as Oklahoma does.
Honeycutt missed a field goal earlier. This should be a chip shot from the right hash mark for him. On 4th down to try to make it a 2-touchdown ball game. Mike Honeycutt, 10 out of 12 on the year. Kick on the way, and it's perfect. So they cut to 14. 31-17, 2:38 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Let's get an update from Kevin Cox. Kevin.
Brad, your SportsCenter endgame, and historic night for Albert Pujols. 5 for 6, 6 RBIs, and this his 3rd home run. He joins Reggie Jackson and Babe Ruth as the only players to do that in a World Series game. 16-7, the Cardinals win. They lead this best of 7, 2-1, Brad.
All right, so Pujols, who had a big game with 3 home runs, and here tonight, Seth Draghi has had 3 home runs, 3 touchdown passes, actually 4, considering he's got a scoring run to his credit. But Oklahoma just a little bit of a shift now, Todd, it seems like, in momentum. You know, they gave one away. They had an interception. It didn't cost them anything. They got the ball back, and they go down and at least get 3.
Yeah, and I think the thing that changed the tide was the big stop.
Right.
On the 4th down stop, when they got the defense, made a play, hadn't been able to stop Texas Tech. They get that. The offense is starting to get a little momentum going here, so we'll be having an interesting 4th quarter.
I think this next series offensively is going to be huge for Texas Tech to see if they can get that swing back in their favor. Really short kick taken at the 30 and out to the 35. Ontiveros, fullback, basically taking the up man on the kick, so they're going to have pretty good field position. Well, right now, Oklahoma's chasing Texas Tech in the chase in NASCAR. Goes to Talladega. Points leader Carl Edwards right now. Jimmy Johnson had troubles last week. He's looking to get that 48 car back in there. Chase continues tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. The Todd Blackledge and Howie Rowe. Brad Nessler with you from Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, Owen Field, where the Sooners have won 39 in a row. Can they make it 40 if they can come from behind, or is Texas Tech going to pull a stunner here in Norman?
Last series, Oklahoma brought pressure. I would expect to see some screens from Texas Tech on this drive.
Draw play to Crawford. Crawford's got a big hole. He goes for 6 or 7 before Travis Lewis makes the stop.
Screens and draws are how you offset pressure. Oklahoma brought some pressure, had some success. Take a look at what's happened tonight. 374 yards passing. Really, the best passing offense they've faced before this was Missouri. 291 yards in that game.
Here's that slip screen that created a couple of touchdowns earlier. This time Torres got hammered as he was crossing there. Tony Jefferson let him have it.
Torres is asking for a penalty, but as long as that ball's thrown behind the line of scrimmage, you can hit the receiver.
Boom, right there.
It's not pass interference. They read it, they reacted. Tony Jefferson right there to make the play.
Tony's a good player, not the biggest linebacker in the world. List him at 5'11". He's maybe about 205 now. Earlier had 199. He's a good football player.
Again, remember, Gabe Lynn out of the game. Aaron Colvin now is the corner down here. He was a starting corner a year ago, so they tried to strengthen that side of the defense.
As I said, this will be a big series for Texas Tech and Oklahoma's defense if they can hold them on 3rd here. And they do. Batted down by David King.
And just look at the body language of the Oklahoma defense. I mean, they got shredded in the first half. And now they're jumping up and down. They're clapping. They're celebrating. They're jumping on each other. They're starting to get a little confidence back with a couple stops.
A little bit of swagger. And they force a second straight 3 and out. Ryan Ertzlaven somehow made it through the night without calling him Russell Ertzlaven, his daddy. He was a great one at Texas. And now it's fake. And I don't know. Close. I don't think so. Texas Tech trying the fake punt with Jackson Richards, and it backfires on him.
Well, we've covered Tommy Tuberville enough in his time at Auburn and Ole Miss. He was known as the Riverboat Gambler, who likes to go for trick plays and fakes on the kicking game. Thought they might fool him. It looked like he was going to get it. And it was a nice play on the outside, just closing in on that block and making the tackle.
And now with that momentum play on a sudden exchange, do you go up on top here on one play?
Yeah, I think you do.
Referee talking to Coach Tuberville on the sideline.
That was Julian Wilson, number 2, that made the play. He was in there on the edge and the perimeter of the punt team, the punt rush team.
Previous plays under further review.
Take a look
This
at
is
that.
not a coach's challenge.
It's not a coach's challenge, but under review. So they'll look at it upstairs here again. They need to get to the 45. At least that's where the sticks are, and that's planted right in the chalk at the 45 from what I can see from this side. And there's our yellow line. It doesn't appear that he got there, but we'll have them take a look at it. They'll make that decision. Here's a different view from up above.
Julian Wilson, number 2, did a great job of fighting off his block and coming inside.
I don't think he got it.
I don't either.
So a big decision here, or a big replay review, I should say.
And because they're taking time to replay it, Oklahoma has a chance to really huddle on the sideline, make sure they're all squared away on whatever play they want.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands as called.
Coach Tuberville sort of kicks the dirt over there on the sideline. Now, as Todd said, Oklahoma's had plenty of time to think about it. They've got it just shaded inside the 45-yard line of Texas Tech.
Call timeout on the play. However, they did not challenge the play.
Texas Tech did call a timeout, and that will be taken off the board, but did not challenge the play. So it was reviewed. And Tommy Thomas says, did you say I call a timeout? Okay, got it all straightened out. Each team with 2 timeouts left. And now does Oklahoma take a shot after coming up with a big stop on 4th down on a fake punt attempt. For play. Landry Jones under center. He hasn't been there that much tonight. There's the play action. Here comes a deep middle and just overshot. Jazz Reynolds. Hell, they went for it.
Yep. Well, it makes sense. You know, they get the big stop on the fake punt. Go play action, really sell the run, which Landry Jones did, and then take a shot for a big play and really try to blow the roof off this stadium if they would have scored right there.
No doubt about that. Now they go back to the pistol set here on 2nd down and 10. Grouping of 3 receivers to Landry Jones right, nobody up the other way. They're going to run with Finch straight ahead. Back to the 41. It's going to bring up 3rd down. We're down a minute and a half, or there'll be less than a minute and a half on the next snap. You start to wonder if this is 2-down territory right here, no matter what happens. 3rd and 7. Ryan Broyles has been semi-quiet tonight. He's the slot man on the right side. Jones comes back to the short man across the middle and Stills. Did he dive for the first down? I think he got it. Kenny Stills has been big tonight. Ryan Broyles might have been quiet, but not Stills. He's got 2 touchdown catches. And he's the next great one here in Oklahoma as far as receivers, or at least most people think so. He's got 106 yards on 6 catches tonight, including those 2 touchdowns. Jones, plenty of time scanning the field. Now throws a catch by Finch. Finch was off balance, kind of turning around, doing a little pirouette, and he somehow caught that thing.
Well, I don't think he knew for sure where the sideline was, and I think he wanted to make sure that he wasn't going to be out of bounds, so he kind of jumps back into the field of play to make sure he stays in bounds.
Now here he is going straight ahead. Finch is in a big part in this second half now. 12-yard gain. And down in the final 25 seconds as Oklahoma's in the red zone.
Now they bring in Brennan Clay, a little bigger back at 195 pounds as opposed to Finch.
Play action, quick throw, complete. The tight end has got it. Looks like he's got a first down, so it's first and goal. That's going to do it for the third quarter.
Last time they were inside the 5, they couldn't punch it in for a touchdown, had to settle for a field goal. They're there again.
Actually 5 seconds left as they have yet to move the chains. And now they spot it at the 3-yard line. And then the final seconds will tick off after the first down markers removed. We've played 3. Oklahoma has inched its way back into the ballgame and can do so even further if they score a touchdown to open the 4th. It's going to get interesting in the next 15 minutes, folks, in Norman. I think you want to stick around.
A homecoming honor for a local law student killed in a crash after the game.
Set to start the 4th quarter. The first 6 games trailed for 23-24. Oklahoma's been behind 27-16 of this one.
Now they tackle over this side. All right, they did it last time on the right side, and they didn't block Terrence Bullock, and he caused a fumble. So you have 2 offensive tackles on the left. You have a tight end on the backside lined up in the tackle position. That would be Ratteroo.
Miller now shifts into the fullback spot with Brennan Clay behind it. Play fake. Jones is in trouble. Walks it to the corner and got Miller for the touchdown. First play of the 4th quarter. A little bit of magic. As it looked like maybe Jones was going to get sacked, but he's pulled back in the corner for the score.
Great presence by Landry Jones, knowing the pressure was coming, just give a little ground, just kind of keep backpedaling away from the pressure until you can make the throw.
Extra point coming up. An all-important one to make it a 7-point game. And that's what we have. 2 minutes to cover 44 yards. Landry Jones' 3rd touchdown pass. And now both quarterbacks have had 3 in the air. None more important for the Sooners than this one right here, Todd.
Well, Brennan Clay blocks 1. That means there's still only 1 that's unblocked, and Landry Jones takes care of him by backpedaling away from the pressure. There's nobody to block him. Just retreat, and then find the open man. That's a veteran quarterback making a play.
Miller had 4 touchdowns last year, hadn't scored this year yet, but the coaches of Oklahoma said we don't have anybody more versatile maybe than the 250-pound number 33. And he sneaks out there, and Landry Jones finds him. 17 unanswered points now for Oklahoma over the last 11 minutes and 21 seconds. Now we got a ball game.
Yep. And very similar. Last week, Texas Tech outstanding in the first half on defense against Kansas State. Kind of fell apart in the second half. Beautiful first half by their defense. Now Landry Jones and the Oklahoma offense getting after him here. 155 yards and 9 first downs in the 3rd quarter. They score the first play of the 4th quarter. They've got it rolling again.
Go there, kicks off. Again, a short kick at the 10. McRoy, he got popped as he hit the 25. And now the special teams, everybody fired up. You mentioned it earlier, the body language on the guys in crimson and cream changing. And they're back to within a touchdown.
Well, the game is back in the hands of Seth Doege for Texas Tech. And that's who Tuberville wants the ball to be in his hands. I mean, he thinks the guy is a winner. He knows how to win games. 2 tough losses, back-to-back games at home by a total of 12 points combined. Their own mistakes really did them in. They have a chance to win a huge one here in Norman with a big 4th quarter.
You saw Frank Alexander and some of those other defenders trying to urge the crowd on, and they've responded. Doege throws, completes. That quiets him momentarily. Eric Ward made the catch. Got 5 or 6 out of it, out to the 31-yard line. Doege's numbers 368 and 3 without an interception. Now it's Washington, and Washington, tough run.
Well, what a great block by the left tackle, Adrian Waddle. I mean, he just crashed the left side of the defense and allowed Washington to turn the corner. Watch this block by 65. He hooks the end in. Frank Alexander. Good block on the outside by the wide receiver, Eric Ward, and a big-time run.
Raiders out to the 47. Up by a touchdown. Doege over the middle again. And again, it's Adam James, who's had a big game. Another catch. 9-yard pickup.
One of the reasons the middle of the field has been effective for Texas Tech is, quite honestly, Travis Lewis is not 100%. He had the broken toe in the summer. Still their leading tackler, but not 100%.
And now Washington again has a first down run inside the 40. Let's check in with Holly.
Guys, it's also important to point out that Oklahoma is playing tonight without their regular middle linebacker, Tom Ward. He's out with concussion syndrome, so that's put an awful lot of pressure on Corey Nelson, who's had to play that spot in his place.
Yeah. Corey Nelson playing inside, which is a little different, and Travis Lewis not 100%.
Doege taking a shot and broken up, intended for Torres, and Colvin got back there and got a hand on it. Pretty good coverage by number 14.
Yep. Again, Colvin's a starting safety, but he was a starting corner last year, so he has coverage corner skills, and he's in perfect position to knock that ball away from Torres at the end of it.
Torres has had a huge night at the wideout spot. Second down to 10 at the 39. Crawford back in there with Doege in the backfield. Blitz is coming from the Sooners. Doege picks it up, throws, completes it to James again, another first down.
And again, the strength of the arm. I mean, they're on the right hash. He's throwing it out to the left sideline, and it gets there quickly. This is a tough throw. Blitz coming, hit that third step and let it fly to the right, to the far sideline, right on the mark for a first down.
At the 27, Oklahoma needs a stop. 13:20 to play. They trail by a touchdown. Play action. Doege again to James again. This is the best game Adam James has had probably this year. He had 4 catches and a touchdown against A&M. But he is doing a great job as an undersized tight end.
Second and 2.
Second and 2. 5 for 75 for Adam James. Crawford. And a little bit of a counter, but he doesn't get very far, thanks to Frank Alexander. And that time Waddle lost the battle with Alexander. This guy's been playing lights out recently. It all kind of started the Cotton Bowl against the Longhorns. They had 3 sacks. Sooners defense is not playing like that tonight, like they did against Texas. But they force another third down. Can they make a stop here? Doege puts a little air into that one, and Ward can't hold him. Good job by Colvin and Lewis.
Yeah, a little bit too much air. That ball floated a little bit on Doege, and that allowed the Oklahoma defenders to kind of get in there and scrap for the football. That short crossing route, you want to hit that a little bit faster and a little bit lower so you can get the conversion.
Remember, Corona has had some trouble with block kicks, especially in recent weeks. This is going to be a 37-yard attempt to try to make it a 2-possession game. Down at Corona from 37. No problem with that one. Perfect. So they give themselves some breathing room again with 12:06 remaining. Oklahoma down 10. Their home winning streak in jeopardy in Norman. A ABC Tuesday, Last Man Standing's all new. You can come see why it's Tuesday's #1 new comedy. It's man-tastic. It's man-tabulous. You get the idea. Tim Allen back. Last Man Standing, all new. Coming up Tuesday, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock Central Time on ABC. Funny dude.
Yeah, wonder if he goes.
Well, that last field goal was big. It capped a 54-yard drive in 10 plays. Used almost 3 minutes, but field goal, that helps the cause. It takes it back to a 2-possession game. 10-point lead for the Red Raiders from Lubbock. This kick will go to the 9 for Roy Finch. Finch spins his way out of trouble and across the 35. Nifty little return again. Let's take a look at our Pacific Live game summary. Hour and 34-minute weather delay, a lot of lightning. We had hail. We had the whole thing. Seth Dagey has been brilliant tonight. Almost 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he's run for 1. Landry Jones has tried to answer. He's thrown for 3 and 256. They're going to need more of number 12 on the offense for Oklahoma. Down 10 with 12 minutes to play.
Under center, I formation to start the drive here. Trying to get a little power going as well.
And it's play, and that is good power.
Well, see, the thing that does also is that sets up play action. When you guys have guys like Stills and Broyles on the outside that are so dangerous, and you make that defense respect the run, then you can go play action and take shots down the field or deep crossing routes with good protection.
Stills down there on the left-hand side, number 4, has got 2 touchdown catches tonight. Ryan Broyles has been somewhat quiet for the most prolific receiver in college football history. Jones has tried to step around the pressure. Whoa! Almost threw one to Terrence Bullock. It was Clay, the intended receiver. Scott Smith was the guy that was bringing the heat.
Well, I think Landry Jones was just trying to throw this away to avoid the sack because Scott Smith had him dead to rights. And he's just throwing this away, but he almost threw a pick.
That brings up a 3rd down. Long 2 to go. Again, Jones will be under center. Millard, the fullback, on the move. The handoff, and his leg is drilled by Cobb and Hubert. The 2 linebackers. Well, they smelled that one.
They sure did. That's going to be disappointing for Bob Stoops. I mean, their offensive line not able to get a push there. 3rd down and 2. They lost yard. I think they actually went back a half a yard or so.
The 6th 3-and-out tonight for Oklahoma. They've had a bunch of those this year. Cressway to punt again. Their catch taken on the fly at the 26-yard line by Zuzalik. Saturday Night Football, big play for the Texas Tech Red Raiders defense, forcing that Oklahoma kick.
Saturday Night Football on ABC, presented by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And Fidelity Investments. Turn here.
Texas Tech cheerleaders look a little happier than OU's. That's because they've got a 10-point lead with 10:39 to play in the ball game. Don't forget Sunday NFL Countdown. Coming up 3 hours with the best in the business. Chris Berman and all the guys will be along. Coming up tomorrow morning with the latest updates from stadiums around the league right up until kickoff. Sunday, NFL Countdown presented by IBM on ESPN tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. For more information, log on to ESPN.com.
Well, it may have been the biggest stop of the game for Texas Tech's defense, but it was really execution. These 2 guys, the left tackle and the center, both are responsible for these backers, and neither one of them is going to get their block. They're both going to kind of whiff. And both backers come into the hole and meet Clay for a huge stop on 3rd and 1. They were assigned to block the linebackers. They didn't get the job done, and Texas Tech got a huge stop.
First down, Texas Tech at the 26-yard line. And now it's Washington. He's had some nice runs tonight. DeAndre Washington, a freshman out of Missouri City, Texas.
I think as much as anything, as good as Dagey has been, Texas Tech has run the ball more effectively than Oklahoma tonight, and that has kind of kept that Oklahoma defense back on their heels more so than the Texas Tech defense.
109 rushing yards for the Red Raiders. Here's Daggy. Star of the night so far. Finally, they get to him, and the ball is out at the end. But it's covered by Texas Tech. Alexander was there. So was Ronell Lewis. So the two defensive ends said, let's meet at the quarterback.
Maybe a little deja vu for Seth Daggy. It was a fumble in the fourth quarter last week against Kansas State that started a run of 5 plays that were pretty disastrous. And I think his knee was down before the ball came out.
It was.
But last week, a fumble and 2 interceptions in the fourth quarter really hurt their chances to win that game.
For the Oklahoma defense, the biggest third down of the night is at hand right now with 9.5 to play in regulation. Daggy going deep on the sideline. Is there going to be a flag on Aaron Colvin?
Yeah, Aaron Colvin's calling for an uncatchable pass, but I don't think that's the case. He had a hold of the receiver and got flagged for it.
Pass interference. Defense, number 14. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
He's trying to tell the side judge that he was held and his jersey was pulled, and he was right.
Yeah. There was more pulling by the guy in red, though.
He who pulls last gets flagged.
That's right.
So first down by penalty out at the 43-yard line.
Here's a dilemma, too, Brad. You know, you're a hurry-up tempo offense, but with a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter, you don't want to go super fast. I mean, you want to eat clock as well.
Washington pops through on a quick opener, and Washington trips. And luckily, Tony Jefferson got a hand on his shoe, or he might have been gone. 13-yard pickup the way it was. I like this guy. Pretty good runner.
He is a good runner. It's just a little draw. I mean, it's just draw blocking. Nice job right at the point of attack.
He's got 79 yards on 13 carries. You take away Tony Jefferson getting him right there on the shoe top, and he might have had a lot more on that play. There's the rushing yardage. Tech with the edge by 5, but it seems like 105. Daggy. Deep ball left sideline. The adjustments made, and so is the catch by Kennard.
See, now that, you can say, well, it was underthrown. That one was intentionally underthrown. If the guy is running stride for stride on a fade route like that, you throw it short and to the outside and let the receiver adjust to the football.
And he's 5 inches taller than the guy covering, Montre Hurst.
I mean, Hurst is running for all he's got just to stay with him. There's no way he can adjust to a ball thrown that well on the fade route.
Texas Tech is threatening again, up by 10. Oklahoma's going to have to bring some pressure. They do. The flare pass out to Douglas, and the Sooners stretch it out and drop him for a loss.
Again, I think you do all the things you can do to keep the clock running if you're Texas Tech. You slow your tempo down a little bit. You stay in bounds if you're a runner or a receiver. Because you want to score again, sure, but you want to take time away from Oklahoma's offense and Landry Jones.
And even if you only get 3 out of this thing, it's 2 touchdowns for Oklahoma to come back to win, and that's going to be tough because time is of the essence now. We're under 8 minutes. As Todd said, they may be hurry up, but they're taking all the time they can right now at the line, as the play clock's going to hit about 5 or less before they snap it. All the way down to the final second. Daggy going to the end zone, wanting more, and getting it.
Oh, my.
Touchdown.
No signal yet.
Swindle thought he had his foot down, and he did. Tremaine Swindle, and Dan said, that's how I talk to kid. 4 touchdown passes for Seth Daggy.
This is an unbelievable throw. And tremendous effort by Swindle. I mean, to keep that 1 foot in. But you tell a quarterback on a fade, if you got your man beat, throw it to the back corner of the end zone is exactly where Daggy threw it. The time before on the fade, he was even with the receiver. He threw it short and to the outside. This time he had to step on, throw it over the outside shoulder to the back corner.
If Swindle's wearing size 12s, that's out of bounds. 11 is good enough.
Wow, what a throw and catch that was.
Again, it's under official review. It took him a while to make the signal touchdown, but you've seen what looks like plenty, well, not plenty, like a one-size shoe with getting the left foot down.
And
after further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
Beautiful. There it is again. Perfect shot of it by our guys. And Swindle with inches, or a couple inches maybe, to spare, caps off another touchdown drive. That's amazing.
It is. And you mentioned they snapped that ball with 1 second left on the play clock. They milked it as much as they could, and then he threw a perfect throw. That's unbelievable.
Holly just said that she talked to the equipment man. He does wear a size 12, so had he been a 13, he's out of bounds.
Extra point is up and good.
Wow, a stunner in Norman, Oklahoma. Unranked Texas Tech 41. Number 3 Oklahoma in some deep trouble. That Sooners sideline sort of tells the story. 41-24, 7:38 remaining. Another 74-yard scoring drive in 6 plays, a little over 3 minutes. Swindle the 14-yard touchdown reception. The 4th of the night for Sendegi, and he's run for one. You talk about some of the quarterback performances today. Taj Boyd at Clemson, the guy we're seeing here tonight. And then Andrew Luck had another big game. Pretty impressive stuff. Davies hit 11 different receivers. Coming up on the 20 on the run is Trey Franks, but a short return on the kick. You wonder when was the last home loss? 39 games ago, 2005, September 3rd. Derek Moore, 16-yard touchdown pass to Ty Gunn for TCU. Robert Merrill, 2-yard run for the Horned Frogs. Then it didn't help that Paul Thompson for Oklahoma fumbled in the red zone. TCU recovers, and TCU over number 7 Oklahoma. 17-10 was the final. And you're saying, when's the last time Texas Tech beat Oklahoma in Norman? 15 years ago. That was pre-Bob Stoops. And that 39-game winning streak, it's more than in jeopardy now. Jones on a slant. Boy, he tucked that one in there. Tough throw. And a completion. Not a first down to pick up a 7.
And we saw TCU with that upset. Chad Glasgow, the defensive coordinator for Texas Tech, was on Gary Patterson's staff in 2005. Now, brilliant game plan today.
Jones trying to get it to his tight end, Hannah. And Hubert, the middle linebacker, made the hit. There's Chad. He's going to be the happiest defensive coordinator in the country if this thing holds up.
Right now, they just want to keep everything in front. You know, make Oklahoma use clock. Keep everything in front of them. They've got to score 2 touchdowns and some. It's just don't give up a big, easy play right now.
Ryan Broyles, the slot man to the right of Landry Jones. They're down at 3. The throw is to Stills, and he had his hands on it and dropped it. And that has been the case tonight quite a few times for the OU receivers. 4th drop pass, not just by Stills, but by this wide receiver staff. And here it's 4th and 3, and 7 minutes left. You're not going to get the ball as many times. Got to go for it. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to run, and he's going to get there. Nice stiff arm. Got some extra yardage and goes out of bounds at the 45.
Tell you what, that play's indicative of the night for Landry Jones. It just has not been a typical, comfortable night for him. Catching that ball, taking a set, throwing the ball down the field. He's had to move a lot in the pocket.
This time going deep. And caught. And it's with Jazz Reynolds for the touchdown. Well, Oklahoma's not done yet. 55-yard strike.
Boy, Sawyer Vest, number 34. I mean, he was eyeing this ball like he was going to intercept it. And I don't know if the lights got in his eyes or what, but he just totally misplayed it. And meanwhile, Reynolds ran right by him for the easy touchdown. I just said keep everything in front.
Yep.
You can't give up the easy, quick one, and that's exactly what happened to Sawyer Best.
55-yarder, Caps 71-yard march. Less than a minute. And the extra point by Michael Honeycutt. And it's good. 6:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Still life in the Sooners after a 55-yard strike, and all that jazz for Mr. Reynolds in the end zone for Landry Jones. ESPN on ABC Saturday Night Football, presented by Southwest Airlines, part of Dr. Pepper. Road to the championship. That road got real bumpy here for Oklahoma, and it's going to have a huge pothole in it if Texas Tech holds out of this 10-point lead. 6:45 remaining. Do you kick onside this early? I guess not.
Well, Texas Tech's expecting that. They got their hands team in. They're up, expecting the onside. I think you go ahead and kick it and just say, hey, D, we need to stop right now.
That's what they do. It's one of the better kicks of the night for O'Hara. Down to the 3-yard line. Ball is dropped. Picked up by McRoy, and he's buried at the 11. That worked out pretty well for the Sooners.
Yeah, between the drop ball and the hands team, man, you have no kick return on the play. Now, Seth Daggy has completed 33 passes. He's thrown it 51 times, but in the last possession, his 2 fade routes he threw were beautiful. The first one to the back shoulder, he hits Marcus Kennard. And then shortly after that, he throws to the back corner to Swindle for the touchdown. Both of them on DeMontre Hurst. And you know what DeMontre Hurst said after those 2 throws? Come on, come on.
Well, Daggy had 3 bad series last week in the loss to Kansas State. He hasn't had 3 bad series tonight. Oklahoma's hoping they can force him into one right here.
Well, because of that easy touchdown Oklahoma made, Texas Tech, they can't take their foot off the gas. They're going to need him to throw still.
Daggy, and that one knocked down. Ooh, that could have been dangerous.
DeMontre Hurst, who got beat on those throws, almost got himself in a position to change the whole course of this game.
Beautiful play. Got that left hand around to knock it down. 2nd down and 10, and no time elapsed off the clock, obviously, on the incompletion. Oklahoma going to bring an extra man, and it's going to pay off. Maybe a yard gain by Washington. That's it. Here comes 3rd down and long. Tommy Tuberville's team trying to hold on to a 10-point lead. We approach 6 minutes.
Well, Daggy has been great with his decision-making tonight. He's got to make a good one here. They'll take a shot. If it's not there, dump it underneath or throw it away. Let's punt and see if we can play defense, but let's not take a risk and give Oklahoma a chance to get a turnover.
Let's see how far down the play clock's going to go. They're going to wait and wait and wait. It's down to 4. 3rd down and 10. Huge play for the Sooner defense.
I don't think they got it off.
I don't think so either.
They tried to take it all the way down, and they took it too far down.
Now you're really going to have what is probably only 2/3 of the crowd remaining here in Norman, trying to give the Red Raiders an earful down there by their own end zone.
This changes your situation dramatically, too. Because 3rd down and 10, you got to play where your receivers are going to run 10-yard routes to try to get to the 1st down. Now 3rd and 15, you're probably going to throw underneath, maybe even run a draw here just to be safe on your own 6-yard line.
Daggy back by his own goal line. 3rd and 14. It is a draw play. Washington trying to run to the corner. The Sooners are waiting. Sam Proctor with a tackle. Oklahoma's going to get the ball back.
Now you wonder, does Oklahoma go after this punt, or do they try to set up Broyles for a return? I think I'd rather let 85 get it and see if he can weave his way into scoring territory.
Bob Stoops. Looks like he's saying block. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but you're already going to get great field position. and you don't want to rough the kicker and give him a first down. So I think you play for return here with Broyles.
This looks like a return set for Oklahoma now. Some adjustments made. Texas Tech's going to run their gunners in a little bit closer. And Ertzlagen's in his own end zone. They're playing for return. And Broyles takes it and just makes the clean catch at the 45. He knew he wasn't going to get any return yardage out of it, but he didn't want to muff one or drop it. And let's check in with Holly.
Well, after Oklahoma scored that quick touchdown, the Texas Tech defenders came to the sideline, and guys, they were stunned. A couple of guys were saying, what happened? Cornerback Sawyer Vest came over and apologized to his teammates. The guys rallied around him and said, it's okay. And then their assistant coach got up in their faces and said, guys, look, this is going to be a dogfight every last play. If you think this team is going away, you're crazy. Refocus yourselves right now.
They better focus at the 45. Landry Jones has thrown 4 touchdown passes tonight. He's not done throwing. There's a shovel pass. And that one lost yardage for Finch.
Now, if you're Oklahoma, you need to score twice. You've got 4 minutes and the clock is running, so you don't necessarily have to get a touchdown on this drive, but you got to get points. So you have to get at least a field goal here and then try to win it with a touchdown.
Jones fires on the sideline, incomplete. It was Jazz Reynolds who had the last touchdown catch, but he was aiming that one for.
And Sawyer Vest was in great position on that play.
Played a little closer to the vest. So now 3rd down and 12. And this isn't field goal range, obviously, so
2 down
you got to keep going here.
2 down, so you can get, even if you don't get it all on this play, get at least half of it.
Jones pressure, throws as he steps up, and he got it to Stills. First down. Right at the 30. Bring up the 17.
There's been a lot of drop passes in this game for Oklahoma. This time, Kenny Stills goes down to the ground and wants to make sure of the catch for the first down.
Now Jones on first down, comes back on a crossing route to Finch. Finch gets out of bounds after picking up 7. 3:38 remaining.
Texas Tech trying to sub their defensive linemen, trying to get some fresh legs in there.
Landry Jones across the middle, trying to tuck one in. That was a tight throw. It's incomplete. Cody Davis, the guy that knocked it down. So here comes another 3rd down. And now in this case, if they don't get it, it's field goal time.
Yep. Yeah, you got to get points. And then we'd probably see an onside kick at maybe 3 minutes.
2 timeouts is all Oklahoma has, but Texas Tech only got 1. 3rd down and 3. Jones going to go deep. He overshot. Yeah, he had him. And Broyles. And that one just sailed on him a little bit. B.J. Johnson was covering, but he was behind Broyles, and Broyles had the position, and B.J. Johnson had his back turned at the time that ball came off his hand. Boy.
Landry wishes he had that one back because
they're going to go here. They're going to go on 4th and 3. And it's complete to Stills. Stills slides down at the 11. It could be after Honeycutt missed that field goal in the first half. They just didn't have enough confidence there. I don't know, but that's 100 pass attempts of the night between the 2 teams. Landry Jones, plenty of time to the end zone, and incomplete intended for Reynolds. And that time Vest was in.
another high throw by Landry Jones also. I've seen more errant throws from Landry tonight than I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Part of that's pressure, part of that's having to move in the pocket. Obviously, he hasn't had a bad night. He's thrown 4 touchdowns and made some big throws, but there's been some discomfort that Texas Tech's defense has been able to create.
Needs a couple more big throws without a 307. Second down and 10. Finch flares out of the backfield. Jones comes to the middle. Incomplete, intended for Broyles, and broken up by Johnson again.
See, even that play, that was the way it's been a lot for him tonight. He's bouncing around on his feet. He's not able to just hit that last step and throw. There's a lot of movement in the pocket. Watch him bounce up, throw off balance. Ball kind of sails on him again.
They can get a first down, but it's almost at the goal line to get there. 3rd down and 10. Jones pumps to the right, now goes that way. In and out of the hands of Reynolds. He put some heat on that one, and Reynolds, who got his hands on it, couldn't hold it. Now comes the field goal unit.
Little contact between Vest and Reynolds. Ball was in the air.
Just that close. Yep. That's catchable. That had some smoke on it, though. It just went through his hands. So Honeycutt missed from 39, made the short one. This will be a 28-yard attempt, and this is as big a field goal when you need one as there is. If it's not the end of the game, and he hit the uprights. Oh no! The second time tonight, the field goal unit fails to do its job. Wow. And that kind of night for the Sooner fans, and this kind of night for Honeycutt, the kicker.
Well, they went for the earlier 4th down to make it an easier kick for him. A very makeable distance. The ball just doesn't hook in at all.
Dead center on that right post. And now Texas Tech's got it back. Their lead still 10. And time running out on the Sooners in their long home winning streak.
Oklahoma has 2 timeouts. They'll probably use them on defense. In fact, they use one right now.
Yep. They've got one left. So this is going to shake up not just the Big 12, but the BCS. If indeed in the next 2 minutes and 47 seconds, Texas Tech can keep doing what they have been doing all night long. Amazingly, come in averaging 44 points a game, a point behind what Oklahoma's done. 2 disheartening losses, including one to Kansas State last week. Back-to-back setbacks to A&M and Kansas State, and now come on the road in one of the toughest places in the country to try to win a game, and they're 247 away from doing it.
No, and for Texas Tech, they were trying to avoid something that probably a lot of people didn't think they were going to, and that would have been to lose 3 consecutive games. It would have been for the first time since 1998.
Right.
And they come in here where nobody's won for 39 straight games and are in a position to kind of end that streak.
15 years ago, I mentioned earlier, is the last time they were able to beat Oklahoma here. That was before Bob Stoops was even coaching here. Unless the Sooners can come up with a big defensive play. Here's Davies going to keep it and just slide down.
You know, it's so ironic for this Texas Tech team. Last week against Kansas State, it was the same score, 41-31 Kansas State. Texas Tech drove down and went for a touchdown inside the 5 and didn't make it. Had to settle for a field goal. They made it, and then they were in position at the end of the game with another possession and didn't get the win.
They got an onside kick, and then they just kind of fizzled on 4 downs. This would put them at 2-2 in the conference and 5-2 overall. And again, this is the one they had to have. I was starting to say it's as big a field goal as if it was the end of the game to send one into overtime. It was just as big, only there was more time left. And you can see Mike Honeycutt, tough night, perfect last week. Started the last 4 games 4 for 4 from the field goals and 5 for 5 in extra points, which that 4 for 4 in field goals last week tied a school record. And come out and on your home turf, things don't go so well every week.
Remember, that's the second kicker that Oklahoma's used this year. They started the season with Jimmy Stevens. Went to Honeycutt, who had been kicking better than Stevens.
And off Washington, he's collared by Travis Lewis, who's had another big night making tackles, even though he's not nearly 100%. But time is ticking away.
Tell you what, I know Texas Tech had some huge wins during the Mike Leach era, but this one's going to rank up there in terms of Texas Tech recent history, big time wins.
They can run the clock down here, Texas Tech, before they kick this thing away to a little bit under 2 minutes.
If they can hold on.
Right. Yeah, there's still 2 minutes left. That's a long time.
Still 2 minutes.
It would be an enormous amount of time had that field goal gone in, though.
Yes. And the difference between that field goal, if the field goal goes in,
Texas Tech.
you know, Seth Daigie's, he's not taking a knee there. He's throwing it. They're trying to make first downs, trying to keep the ball away. And as it turned out with the 10-point lead, they can run it 3 times and try to run the clock.
This is so amazing. You know, in the Red River rivalry, it was just all Kansas over Texas, and that opened up everybody's eyes. They went to Tallahassee, beat Florida State. Those were ranked teams. Yeah. And, you know, they just kind of had things rolling. They even played a little bit off last week. And still, you know, 30-point win. This is a shocker, really.
It is, and really, you know, there was a little bit of a chink in the armor earlier when Missouri came in here. Oklahoma won 38-28, but Missouri gained 532 yards, and they threw the ball well. Well, this is a better offense and a better quarterback in Seth Daigie, and they just didn't have an answer for him today. The defense just did not have the ability to stop Seth Daigie in the passing game. There weren't a lot of big-time deep throws down the field, a handful. Most of it was short underneath timing throws.
Erkleb in the punt. Oklahoma did bring some pressure that time. And now on the other end, fielded by Broyles. Little stop and stutter and step out of bounds, and flags fly in. Did he get hit late in the ankles at the end of the play?
Well, I actually think an Oklahoma guy blocked a guy into Broyles at the end of the play. I don't know if this was a late hit or a block in the back.
Be a huge difference, that's for sure. And here's the call from Mike DeFeet.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 2, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Would be 1st and 10.
So it's making it even more difficult on the Sooners. Here comes Franks, and there's the hit. So it wasn't easy to start with. Now they're 60 yards away from the end zone. 1:45 remaining and out of timeouts. Well, they escaped in 2006 from a Texas Tech lead. It's possible that it's not going to happen tonight, though. Andrew Jones is not done throwing it. But they need a big play, and they need it in a hurry. Jones. There's a big play. Broyles. And that gets him down to the 38-yard line to pick up a 21. Again, they'll move the sticks, momentarily stopping the clock, and now it's wound again. On first down, Landry Jones is going to go deep. To the corner to Stills. Incomplete.
Trey Porter never looked for the football. I mean, he was just locked into Stills, and if that ball was thrown accurately, Stills would have caught it right by Porter's ear.
So Stills comes out after running the long pattern, and that puts Trey Franks in there at wide receiver in his stead. Stills with 2 touchdown catches tonight. Jones with 4 touchdown passes. He needs another one. Throws, and it's caught by Hannah. Boy, he laid out for that one. Nice catch. That's to the 22.
Again, the clock stops while they move the chains. Landry Jones able to communicate the play to his linemen, to his backs and receivers, and be ready to snap it as soon as they start the clock.
Here he is on first down. To the end zone and a touchdown to Hannah. Not over yet. .22-yard touchdown pass. There's a flag down. I didn't see a preliminary call on this. I'm not quite sure if this is about it. They're going to say a holding call.
It's against Oklahoma.
Touchdown counts after the play. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Offense number 85. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Wow, Ryan Broyles. I didn't see this.
Well, Hannah's in the slot, and the safety was too deep. I mean, the safety just was way too deep on that play, and Landry Jones was able to make the throw for the touchdown. Broyles gets hit. It's always the second guy, the guy who retaliates and gets the penalty. Doesn't take the touchdown away.
Yeah, they're going to be kicking off so deep in their own territory. Well, maybe an onside coming anyway. We're pretty sure of that. So the extra point is good. 60-yard drive and 4 plays. 5 touchdown passes for Landry Jones. 3-point game, and you know what's coming next. No timeouts left by either team, and 1:10 to play. So even though they're going to have to kick a lot deeper, but they just got to go 10 yards and get it.
Yeah, that's pretty huge though, because even if you recover it, that's 15 extra yards that you have to go to score again.
You're going to have to cover about 70 or 75 or something like that.
You got a field goal kicker who missed his last attempt. You're going to have to get down there where he's comfortable.
2 missed field goals tonight by Honeycutt, and look at what the difference that would have made. Conceivably, could have been 44-41 Oklahoma right now. And I'm not laying all the blame on the kicker. It's just the way it was tonight. But again, Ryan Broyles, one of the littlest guys on the field, trying to get back at a linebacker who hit him on a crossing route, and what it does is have his team kicking off from the 15-yard line instead of the 30. So now we know what we've got coming up. It's just a matter of what kind of onside kick. Be it right, left, or down the middle and chase it yourself if you're the kicker.
Well, you got 2 kickers, so they're going to kind of try to fool Texas Tech as to who's going to actually kick the football.
Way. Here's the kick. It's up in the air, but it's caught by Crawford. And that is going to do it for Texas Tech.
I'll tell you what, Crawford's had a nice ball game.
Yep.
I mean, you know, we talked about the loss of Eric Stevens. Crawford's run hard, he's run tough, he's taking care of the football, and he makes one last play here to help secure a victory. Now you just got to secure snaps.
Yep.
You know? Interesting too, because Texas Tech, have they been under the center at all in this game? Have they taken a snap under center?
Very few if they have.
So they're going to take a knee out of the shotgun. I don't think I've ever seen a team do this. They're going to shotgun snap it, but still take a knee.
First of all, get the snap back there clean.
Yeah.
Right? Daggy comes a couple of yards forward and takes a knee. Tommy Tuberville, big smile on his face, as he's going to have one of his biggest road wins in a long time at Iowa State, I should say. They love it. At Texas against the Longhorns, Oklahoma State, Missouri, Baylor. That's the rest of their schedule. But 5-2 and 2-2 is going to be looking pretty darn good after the 2 heartbreakers the last couple of weeks they've had.
I'll tell you what, that quarterback, Seth Daggy, plays the way he did tonight. They can beat anybody on that schedule.
That's for sure. Remember back, well, it was an hour and 35-minute rain delay or weather delay. But if you joined us for the opening, I guess, minute and a half of our broadcast, I said to Tom, what they have tonight, Texas Tech, is a passer's chance. Guess what? The passer came through, didn't he?
Sure did.
Wow. Upset time in Norman. The 39-game home winning streak, longest in the country, goes by the boards, and a happy group of Red Raiders. They pull off the shocker. They shake up the BCS. They knock off number 3 Oklahoma. Let's go down to Holly with a happy coach.
Well, Coach, as the time was winding down and Oklahoma kept scoring, how nervous were you for your defense to close this out?
Well, you know, we struggled on defense all year long, but, you know, we really played well enough to win the way our offense played. But, yeah, you got to take your hat off to our guys. You know, we've lost the last 2 games by a touchdown each. Could have had a chance to win both of them, but they deserved this one tonight. They played hard from beginning to the end. We played 4 quarters, and that's what it takes.
Seth Daggy was just terrific tonight, Coach. What do you describe about his play?
Well, remember what I told you yesterday. If I'm going to go to battle, he's the guy that want to take the quarterback with us because he can get it done. I tell you, he's a tough kid. He threw it on the money, and I'm proud of all of you. You know, the entire team played well. They got a great team. We're a 28-point underdog, and we win this game on the road. That's just amazing.
And, Coach, not only that, but you break a 39-game home win streak. What does that mean for your kids?
Well, you know, we didn't bring a senior on defense. I told you that yesterday. And, you know, we're just a young bunch of guys that played hard. But, you know, when you can score points like we can score, you know, if you just get a little bit of defense, you got a chance. And that's what happened tonight. We played defense great the first half. Second half, we knew we were going to have to hold on.
Andrew did. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, it's amazing. Tommy Tuberville, last week, his club had all sorts of problems trying to kick field goals. Tonight, the same thing happened to the Oklahoma Sooners. And there's a short field goal that hit the right upright that might have been the difference between an overtime game and a Gatorade bath for the head coach of the visiting team. Tommy Tuberville's team goes to 5-2, 2-2 in the conference. And the undefeated Sooners are no more. 6-1, 3-1 in Big 12 play. That is going to wrap it up. Thanks for sticking around with us even through a weather delay. 41-38 was the final score. For Tom Blackledge, Holly Rowe, and our entire crew, Brad Nessler, saying so long from Norman, Oklahoma. The streak is snapped. Now let's head back to Robert Flores with the Ford Wrap-Up Show to bring you all the day's highlights and scores in college football. Good night from Norman.